एक किसान अपने खेत में टहल रहा है और आसमान की ओर देखकर यह सोचता है कि काश कोई बारिश के आसार दिख जाए।
पिछली बार तो बारिश होने के कारण घर चलाने लायक खर्चा उठा लिया था, लेकिन इस बार अगर बारिश नहीं हुई तो हम पर परेशानियों का पहाड़ टूट पड़ेगा।
आसमान बिल्कुल साफ था और वो बरसा रहा था, तो वो था सिर्फ धूप। किसान निराश होकर अपने घर चला जाता है।
शकुंतला, मैं घर आ गया।
जी आई। क्या हुआ जी? आजकल आप बहुत परेशान दिख रहे हैं। सब ठीक तो है?
कुछ नहीं, बस काम को लेकर थोड़ा परेशान है। बारिश के कोई आसार नहीं है, फसलें दिन ब दिन मुरझाती जा रही हैं। अगर ऐसा ही चलता रहा तो घर चलाने में बहुत दिक्कतें आएंगी।
अरे आप परेशान मत होइए, सब ठीक हो जाएगा। मैं आपके लिए खाना लगा दूँ।
सारे किसान भाई इकट्ठे एक पेड़ के नीचे बैठे होते हैं।
अरे भैया, ये पानी की तो बड़ी परेशानी है। ऐसा ही चलता रहा तो हम अपना गुजारा कैसे कर पाएंगे?
भैया, अब जो कर सकता है ऊपर वाला ही कर सकता है। अब जो है भगवान इंद्रदेव के हाथ में है।
अरे इंद्रदेव से याद आया, क्यों ना हम मौसम विभाग की खबरें सुने।
लगाओ लगाओ
लगाओ लगाओ लगाओ लगाओ।
अरे बिटिया, जरा रेडियो तो लाना, इसमें मौसम विभाग की खबरें चलाओ जरा।
नमस्कार, मौसम विभाग की खबरों में आपका स्वागत है। खबर यह पता लगी है कि आने वाले अगले 2 महीनों में बारिश के कोई आसार नहीं।
2 महीने?
जो कि हमारे किसान भाइयों के लिए काफी बड़ी समस्या खड़ी कर सकती है।
हे भगवान, ये तो काफी बिग प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी।
तो भैया अब करे तो करे क्या?
खेती।
अबे चुप बजर बट्टू, हर समय मजाक। या हमारे खान पान के लाने पड़े हैं और इसको मजाक सूझ रहा है?
हाँ, हर समय मजाक
क्या करता है?
अरे भैया, तो आप ही बताइए, बिना पानी के हम फसलें कैसे उगाएंगे?
अरे यार, अगर ये हमें पता होता तो हम लोग इतनी बड़ी परेशानी में थोड़ी होते।
अरे रुको रुको, मैंने सुना है गांव में एग्रीकल्चर ऑफिसर आने वाले हैं जमीन का इंस्पेक्शन करने।
इंस्पेक्शन करने?
अरे पापा, एग्रीकल्चर ऑफिसर यानी कृषि प्रधान और इंस्पेक्शन यानी निरीक्षण करने। इंस्पेक्शन करने नहीं।
अरे डॉक्टर, आई नो।
चलो भैया, फिर ऑफिसर मैडम से ही अपनी समस्या का समाधान लिया जाएगा।
ठीक है, चलो ये भी ठीक है। आ रही हैं अफसर मैडम आ रही हैं, जो देंगी ज्ञान फसलों का, हमें उठाना है लाभ उसका। आ रही हैं।
नमस्कार।
नमस्कार। और सब बढ़िया। आइए आप लोगों को मिलवाता हूँ आदरणीय कृषि प्रधान से, जो हमें हमारे कष्टों से निवारण दिलवाएंगी और हमें जागरूक करेंगी। आओ गांव वालों।
मैडम नमस्ते। मैडम नमस्ते। नमस्ते मैडम।
ये क्या कर रहे हैं?
धन्यवाद प्रधान जी।
अरे ऑफिसर मैडम, गांव में वाटर नहीं है, भाई बिग प्रॉब्लम है। आप ही बताइए व्हाट टू डू।
व्हाट टू डू। पानी नहीं है, व्हाट टू डू।
अरे सब्र तो कर लो, बताएंगी ना।
देखिए, आपकी जो समस्या है वो बदलना आपके या मेरे हाथ में तो नहीं, लेकिन आप अपनी फसल को बदलकर जरूर इस समस्या से छुटकारा पा सकते हैं।
एक मिनट। फसल बदलकर? वो कैसे? वो भी इतने कम पानी में? कैसे? फसल बदलकर कैसे?
जी बिल्कुल, ये संभव है।
संभव?
आप लोगों ने रागी, ज्वार और बाजरा का नाम तो सुना ही होगा।
हाँ।
सुना है।
रागी, ज्वार, बाजरा सुना है।
बहुत अच्छे। इन अनाजों को हम मिलेट्स कहते हैं। मिलेट्स अनाज इस मामले में बहुत अच्छे हैं, क्योंकि वो हमारे लिए ही नहीं बल्कि पर्यावरण के लिए भी बहुत लाभदायक हैं। इतना ही नहीं, ये अनाज गेहूं से सस्ते में उगता है और महंगा भी बिकता है।
मुनाफा।
यही नहीं, इसको उगाने से कई तरह इसको उगाने के लिए किसी भी फर्टिलाइजर या पेस्टिसाइड की जरूरत भी नहीं। एनवायरमेंट सस्टेनेबल भी है।
आओ करे सेहत को पूरी, दाल चावल के साथ मिलेट भी जरूरी। अरे वाह, अब इतने कम पानी में हम लोग अच्छा अनाज उगा सकते हैं।
अरे वाह, अब ना कीटनाशक की जरूरत है ना तथा खाद की जरूरत है।
अरे वंडरफुल जी, वंडरफुल, ये तो वेरी गुड है जी।
लेकिन मैडम एक बात बताइए, क्या इससे हम अपना पेट भर पाएंगे या हमें कुछ और भी उगाना पड़ेगा?
बताइए मैडम, बताइए।
अरे इनका सवाल बिल्कुल उचित है। क्या ये किसान अपनी रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी से अपना पेट भर पाएंगे?
जी बिल्कुल। ये अनाज गेहूं से कई ज्यादा पौष्टिक होता है, क्योंकि इसमें प्रोटीन और फाइबर भी है, कई गुना अधिक होती है। और इसकी बनी रोटियां तो हम खाते
खाते हैं।
जिससे कि कई माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स मिलते हैं। और तो और इतना ही नहीं, इसको खाने से कई तरह की बीमारियां जैसे डायबिटीज, कोलेस्ट्रॉल और हार्ट की दिक्कतें भी नहीं होती।
हृदय रोग भी नहीं होता। क्या बात है।
मेहरबानी आपकी, बहुत बहुत मेहरबानी मैडम साहिबा। आज से हम भी मिलेट्स उगाएंगे। क्यों भाइयों? ये लाभ उठाएंगे। क्यों भाइयों? नगर डगर ये बात बताए, आओ मिलकर मिलेट्स उगाएं, आओ मिलकर मिलेट्स उगाएं, आओ मिलकर मिलेट्स उगाएं। तो क्या आप लोग जानते हैं कि 2023 को इंटरनेशनल ईयर ऑफ मिलेट्स घोषित कर दिया गया है?
Millets can counter many adverse effects of climatic change. They can grow in any type of soil, be it sandy or with varying levels of acidity. Also, they hardly need any fertilizers for irrigation. Millets उगाओ, धरती को बचाओ। Millets उगाओ, धरती को बचाओ। Millets उगाओ, धरती को बचाओ।
Millets do not require standing water like in the fields of paddy. So, no need of building large dams, water reservoirs and canal system to get water from the farm. Millets उगे तो जल बचे,
जल ही जीवन समझ ले। मिलेट्स उगे तो जल बचे, जल ही जीवन है समझ ले।
Millets have also played a very important role in nurturing soils and improving their fertility and texture, thereby increasing the yields and hence the returns to the farmers. Once the root system has been established, millets can survive many dry weeks.
पर्यावरण संरक्षण में दे योगदान, मिलेट्स है इनका नाम। पर्यावरण संरक्षण में दे योगदान,
मिलेट्स है इनका नाम। धन्यवाद।
तो देखा आप सबने मिलेट्स का हमारे पर्यावरण संरक्षण में कितना बड़ा योगदान है।
Not only this, there are many more benefits of millets. Millets boost your health and improve weight loss besides being gluten free. Millets prevent the risk of asthma and risk of cardiovascular diseases and a lot more. especially with a huge round of applause.
जो मिलेट वाला है
थोड़ा तेज आवाज में बात करना।
हाँ चेक 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 आई थिंक इट्स ऑल सॉर्टेड डाउन।
हाँ ये नाम है तैयार कर रहा हूँ।
check 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 do we start where is Vipul? Vipul is here.
Do or one?
We start. Check check. Hi, thank you very much all of you for coming to this beautiful session, and I think it's all sorted so you all can have little bit of attention here. That's all right. Thank you, Dr. Rao, Mr. Kamal Khan. Ji, thank you very much, sir, for calling me here and to be part of this beautiful festival at the most premier location, Delhi Heart. Even if no one wants to come, they will eventually come here to eat out in all these beautiful outlets which are there. I think my friend has already eaten some chole bhatures and also Anshuman is already done. So, without wasting any further time, thank you, Chef Vipul, for doing all the favors and arranging all the ingredients that I actually wanted to. I think it looks very nice, it looks very neat, very clean. And the session is about millets, and we have Pallavi, by the way, and she is just amazing in terms of millet. I have learned so much from her. But in terms of millet, my interest is because of its healthy effect, and it's not new to us, by the way. We have been using millets for several years. If you look at our civilization, which is almost 5,000 years old, Indus Valley civilization, you will find people used to eat millets. They used to eat whole millets because it is very easily found, and as these people performed so well here, that it doesn't require too much of water to grow. Because of that, because it was a lot of drought at that period of time, so that is why people used to grow millets and they used to consume it. So it is low in GI, it is very healthy, it is a great substitute for someone who is actually looking for weight loss. Because we eat so much of rice, and because we dump, and then we get bulky. In fact, there's a recent story about Kareena Kapoor saying that she has, Priyanka Chopra, saying that she is pregnant, but she has quoted saying that she is not. She has eaten so much of pasta and she has consumed so much of wine. That is why she is bulky, but she's not. So, so I think she would have consumed millets at that time. I mean, during her instinct to outside India. And I am sure she would not have been bulky because, it is great for weight loss. It is fantastic and it is very adaptable also. You can try any cuisine. You can make nasi goreng also, you can make fried millet also, like stir fried. You can make, in fact, recently I made a ragi pani puri, okay, which was so nice. I mean, I can't tell you. The recipe was shared by Honorable Dr. Pushpesh Pant to me, and he said, Nishant, tum ragi ka pani puri try karo. And it came out brilliant. And I served that with kanji, kanji ka shot. So that was very amazing because I love to, innovate. As much as I know, I love to create interest. So millet is a boon, is a gift to us as a chef, and it's brilliant to use them. So we have different kind of millets. I think ragi is the most adaptable and which is being used by every person. It is also called as madua, finger millet. I think these are some names, but ragi hai. Then we have proso. Then we have there are other millets as well. So without wasting again too much of thing, I'm gonna just tell you what I'm gonna make today, and I'm gonna make you all try as well. Do share, do eat and feel. I'm gonna stuff. So I'm gonna make a Turkish dish called as dolma, where you use aubergine, but I have taken zucchini. So this is how zucchini looks like, and I have shaved it into very, very fine strips. This is also a very, very healthy dish, by the way. Okay, and I love to cook healthy, by the way. I mean, I love to experiment on things which are healthy. So you need a mandolin slicer. So through this, you have to just take out shavings, okay? And this is how it is. And I'm gonna just marinate this with salt, pepper, and some olive oil. So you have some salt, pepper, some olive oil. Yeah. So take it in a plate. So I'll just put it here. So if you guys have any question, please feel free to ask, and then let's make it a little interactive. Okay, so these are some zucchini strips. Of course, I'm not going to use the entire thing, but this is beautiful. This is very, very fresh. And also, I would request all of you to eat seasonal food, because that's very, very healthy. So just a little bit of, olive oil. Some salt. Okay, so I'm going to use sea salt in this. Can you just open this? Sea salt. So I'm going to use sea salt, but you can now use normal salt as well. And some black pepper. That's it. Very, very simple marination for zucchini. There is a dish called carpaccio. This is what the inspiration is. So a lot of black pepper, sorry, and some sea salt. Okay. And a little bit of lemon just to cure it. There are two kinds of cooking. One is cold cooking, another one is hot cooking. So ceviche or carpaccio is all cold cooking because you don't use fire to cook it. You basically use acid. So I'm going to use lemon. Okay, of course it is a vegetarian thing, so it won't take too much of time. But if you want, you can also use fish or lamb. You can create, like, you can slice it and use little bit of vinegar or orange or lemon, any acidic medium, and that can be cooked. There is another name to it. It's called tartar, which is like raw. Okay, so a little bit of lemon. Okay, so this is done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back in the fridge, and then I'm going to make the stuffing for it. So I have this pre-boiled kodo millet. So this is already pre-boiled. The way to boil millet is you first soak it and then you boil it. Pressure cooker is the best way to cook because it doesn't take any time to cook it, and also use absorption method of cooking, not draining. There are a lot of times what I figured out that people put millet, पानी डाल देते खूब सारा, और उसके बाद पक जाता तो drain कर देते हैं. No, don't do that. It's better that you use double the proportion of millet to water. So you have 1 cup of millet, you use 2 cups of water, and then let it cook on a slow flame. Don't forget to put salt. There are a lot of times I also see that, you find your boiled millet tasteless. There's no salt because you have not added. It is the same like how you do pasta or how you do rice. You should always put some salt. जब आप boil कर रहे हो तो आप नमक जरूर डालना, तभी उसके अंदर तक taste जाता है. Otherwise बहुत bland आएगा. So that's very, very important. So you soak it for say half an hour, and then you boil it in a pressure cooker. Very simple, and then it retains its texture. अभी आप देखो तो कीनुआ बहुत ज़्यादा बात हो रहा है कीनुआ का. So now because rice तो टूट जाता है, but these millets, they don't break it even. They retain their texture. So when you are stir frying it, it is beautiful. So I made a quinoa nasi goreng, which was very, very good actually, and with some Thai spices and all. So it was outstanding. So I'm going to use kodo, but you can also use other millet in this. No issues with that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stir fry it with some bit of garlic. Of course, you have to put some bit of olive oil. Some olive oil. Some chopped garlic. So this is a very, very simple recipe, by the way. Very, very simple, but amazing. I think I'm going to put everything. So I'm just going to saute it. Is it working here? It's working. Just put it on high flame. So when garlic is nicely wilted, we are not browning it because I'm not cooking Indian food. So, you know, it is just like I want the garlic to lose its pungency. So in dolma, you use wine leaves and wrap things inside. See here, a wine leaf is being replaced with zucchini slices. This is how it is. So this is nicely sauteed. Now I'm going to add, give some fresh thyme. Some bit of fresh thyme. Little bit of onion. Just sauteing everything together. I'm going to put millet. Kodo millet. And I'm just going to saute them together. So just like how you have to actually cook it on a very high flame because it is already cooked. We just need to induce the spices. So this is done. I'm just going to add a little bit of sea salt in this and some black pepper. Little bit of sea salt. And I'm going to take this out in a bowl. So in fact, I was talking about how do we do millet butter chicken so that people have more interest, you know, how the world is right now. Everyone wants butter chicken, so maybe Pallavi can do some recipe research on the same. So we do some millet butter chicken, right? I mean millet makhni. Millet kofta, I think they are trying some millet kofta, by the way. You have done kofta? Very good. But you have to do butter chicken, I'm telling you. Okay, so this is out. I'm going to just add a little bit more stuff inside it. I think I'll put it here. So we have some very amazing olive. Okay, so I'm going to add olive in this. Then a little bit of gherkins. You have some cheese also, no? Some cheese. Maybe cheese I'll add later. Leave it. So I've added, you know, pickled gherkin, pickled olive just for that tang. You know, otherwise it will taste very, very bland. So that is why I've added, you know, food has senses. So sweet, sour, astringent, bitter, spicy. These are some senses that you create in food. That is why I'm adding these elements where your brain reads all these, you know, taste bud, and then it is nice. Some salt. I think we have to put the salt. So I'm going to just season it, some more salt. And I have some beautiful almond slices. So I'm going to put some almond slices as well. And if you don't have money, you can put peanuts also, no problem. Okay, so almond. Okay, so this is the stuffing. So I'll take out the zucchini slices from the fridge. Can you just take out the zucchini slices? Okay, so now comes the artistic part of the entire dish. एक plate दे दो plate. No, that flat plate. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. So that wrapping is very nice. I have added some more black pepper here. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to take first here and then put one top of this. Okay, like this you have to do, and then you put this very amazing millet stuffing in the base, in the middle, and then you have to wrap it like this. ऐसे आपको wrap करना है इसको, like this. Then do it like this, and ऐसे. This is how you wrap it. So you wrap it and then you keep it on the plate. So you can do it, right? So if you can just do it. So this is very, very important that you have to wrap it like a nice parchment. And then I would make some beautiful tomato sauce for this. Just give me a pan. Okay, so I'm making tomato sauce now. If you have pilati, if you're using pilati, then work becomes easy. But I have taken fresh tomato. This is the tomato I have taken. I have blanched them. Of course, you have to slit here and then you have to blanch it in hot water. आपको गर्म पानी में boil करना है. And then take out the strips. Take out the skin, but don't throw it. We believe in no throwing formula. We use each and everything. कटहल का केवल skin नहीं use करना है. Okay. Other than that, you can use everything. In fact, we should aim for binless kitchen. There should not be any bin in the kitchen, so that we don't waste. I think wastage is crime. So we should all follow this principle, and we should use everything. So when you take out the skin while blanching tomatoes, you should dry it and make powder, and use it as a garnish. So whatever peels I get beetroot peel, I get tomato peel. I just dehydrate them. If you don't have dehydrated, just put it in a sun, and then just dry it out. And make an aromat, maybe a garam masala, maybe a sun-dried tomato garam masala would be very, very interesting for your recipes. And if you use beetroot, it will change the color. So be careful as well, but it's beautiful. I mean, you should not throw anything, prawn shell, chicken ka bone, all these things you should use it. Okay, so what I did was, I actually pureed some. After boiling it, I pureed it. It is like this, and then I have kept some chunky as well. Just like how you do concasse, this is how I have kept it out. I have cut them into rough shapes. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So I'm just gonna quickly make the sauce. We don't have oven, no? We don't have oven, no? Oven we don't have. Okay. The micro तो won't work. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put some oil, olive oil on the pan. Can just switch it on. That pan is not working. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So, I have taken a pan. I have added olive oil in this. Ensure that the pan is nice and hot. You have some more garlic. You have some more garlic. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit more garlic. Nice. So you all can see this is looking very, very beautiful here. Okay. So this is looking nice and jo dikhta hai wahi bikta hai. Okay. So that's why it is important that you should garnish or you should plate really, really nicely. So you can see this parchment. You can also use long eggplant. I didn't get long eggplant. That's why I'm not using it. Otherwise you can just take strips of long eggplant and you can also fill in that. So this is how it should look like. Thank you. Okay, so I'm adding some bit of chopped onion. I'm making tomato sauce. Very, very simple. Simple stuffs are exotic. Simple stuffs are tasty. So, local is exotic. Millets are exotic. We all should use it. How I do millet is like I use rice cooker. I always use rice cooker to cook my millets. Some chopped garlic. And I'm gonna put this tomato puree, fresh tomato puree. And I'm gonna let it reduce on a very, very slow flame so that it becomes nice and thick. And at the last, I'm going to use chunky tomatoes because those are already cooked. And I want that bite to be there. It's high, right? The highest. At the last.
Anything else?
No. Any question, anyone till now? Any question, Anshuman? Any question? Any question, Pallavi? Do you think it's fine? Are, thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you. That's it. Good. Any other millet you advise that one should use? Any other millet tips that you like to share? Are, thank you. Thanks a lot. You can explain. Please come. Come inside. हाँ, आ जाओ, please. So that's why we are using this millet here. Yeah. Pour. Yeah. This is like white, like retain its texture, no?
So but it seems semi-polished almost.
It's semi-polished.
So it should be. So kodo is more brownish usually in color.
Right.
Slightly darker when it cooks. So this is semi-polished.
Right.
Unpolished kodo is darker in color.
Achha.
But I think the dish that you created, it looks fabulous.
Thank you.
It's a great representation of kodo. And
Thank you.
kodo is in fact one of the millets which cooks quite fluffy. So it's very difficult to get the texture wrong,
Correct.
It cooks very nice.
So that's what whenever I cook millet, I always see that it retains its texture. It doesn't get overcooked. You know, it is like to bite. I mean, you can actually bite it.
Yes.
So it's quite nice. Although ragi is something that everyone uses.
But ragi we can't cook like this.
We
so
can't,
the minor
definitely.
millets like foxtail, kodo,
Yeah.
proso, barnyard, little brown top.
Correct.
All of these they can be cooked and boiled like
So
rice.
we had some little millet as well.
Little millet.
Yeah. No, we had some little millets. Where are the little millets? Little millets? There were some boiled little millets as well, no?
Yeah, so little millet also cooks quite well. I find that little millet I like to use in like soups.
Acha, okay.
Because it's the
okay.
smallest.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it doesn't overwhelm the whole dish.
Correct, correct,
So I like
correct,
to use it
correct.
in soups and
Correct.
bakes and things like that.
Correct.
So what are we doing here now?
So I'm making tomato sauce. Okay, of course I am not using pilati. Okay, I'm using fresh tomato, and tomatoes are very nice right now. It's very tangy and very amazing that you get fresh tomato.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna reduce it. Okay. And then I have also created. In fact, I have not. Saloni has created this beautiful green oil, by the way. Okay, it's a cold pressed green oil that she has done. So. Because food should have colors, natural colors. So that is green, this is red, and there's a little bit of more chance to put green. So this is a green oil. It's quite simple, by the way. You take all the herbs, you put some garlic, and again, if you have more money, then you can put pine nuts. Okay, otherwise, again, peanuts is fine. And just blitz it with some olive oil. And then use cheesecloth. और जैसे आप छानते हो दूध दही को वो यूज़ करके then you get this beautiful flavored oil.
So that's the cooked millet.
Yeah, this is the one. In fact, अच्छा that's done, right?
ये थोड़ा मशी हो गया है.
हाँ, ये थोड़ा सा मशी है.
इसमें so millets water quantities because of the sizes.
Correct.
For different millets we can use different water quantities.
Right. Okay.
So your kodo and foxtail, they are, if you soak them, they are good with 2.5 times
Correct.
water.
That soaking is very important.
And little millet and barnyard millet, because they are smaller,
Right.
you can use about half a cup lesser.
Right,
So then
right.
they turn out to be better.
Right. Okay. So I can see the consistency of the sauce is quite nice. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put some fresh basil. Okay.
It smells very nice.
Also, when you're using fresh herbs, don't cook them. Always prick it with your hand at the last. Then you get a lot of flavors, by the way. There are a lot of time that I see people put fresh basil, fresh thyme, और उसको डाल के पकाते हैं. Don't do that. Okay, it's advisable that you put it in the last to get maximum flavors. Yeah, I mean, dry herbs you should cook, and fresh herbs
Fresh
you should
herbs
put
in the end.
end.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yes, please. Of course, I need to season it, so I'm going to put a little bit of salt. Salt and some black pepper. Pallavi, you can try the sauce.
Okay.
And I'm going to put a little bit of this beautiful green oil also. Yeah, you have a tasting spoon? How you take this? Pallavi.
Thank you.
थोड़ा मक्खन भी डाल सकते हो if you want. You can also add a little bit of butter.
Very flavorful.
Yeah?
Very flavorful.
Excellent. Okay. So can we get the zucchini plate here? Yeah.
So now we're going to add, oh wow.
So now, I think I'll change the plate, maybe a different plate. So this is how the parchment looks like, okay? So ideally what you should do is, because we don't have oven here. We don't have oven, no, we don't have baking oven. Baking oven, no problem. So if you have baking oven, आप इसके ऊपर थोड़ा tomato sauce डालो, थोड़ा cheese डालो, and then आप bake कर दो, थोड़ा butter डाल के. वैसे भी कर सकते हो, but we don't have oven, so I'm going to put tomato sauce and some cheese and garnish it. Just give me a different plate. Okay, so I have some boiled beetroot as well. I think this is good. So I'm gonna now do the best part of our cooking demonstration, which is to plate. I think every chef look forward to plate it nicely. So I'm also gonna do that. So I have got some beautiful boiled beetroot. That's there. Boiled beetroot we have. So I'm gonna just put cubes of boiled beetroot on the plate. Because again, this is for natural color. This is purple in color, so it'll go very nice with entire character of the dish.
I think it's really fabulous that our chefs are coming forward to do such wonderful work with millets and present them to the world in such nice taste.
Thanks a lot, Pallavi. Thank you. No, thank you. Thanks a lot. So I'm just gonna cut them into squares, okay, and just gonna put it here and there. See, the moment I put purple color on the plate, it's anyways looking so nice. That's the idea. And then what I'm gonna do is, we have a slice. And then I'm gonna do this. I think I'll put one more. Thank you. So 4 pieces of these amazing dolmas, zucchini dolma. I have put it on the plate. Just put it back. Put it back in the fridge. And then I'm gonna just put a little bit of sauce. I forgot to put this chunky tomatoes inside. So this is quite very simple but very amazing in terms of taste and all. And you have some mozzarella as well, no? Yeah, a little bit of mozzarella. So you can see all these beautiful colors on the plate, okay? I'm gonna put a little bit of mozzarella because everyone likes cheese. So when you put cheese, you are kind of sorted.
So usually, what are the ingredients of this dish traditionally? And
Traditionally, is wine leaf, and then you put some grains like quinoa or burgol.
Okay.
You make it tangy, and then you roll it like spring roll,
Okay.
and then that's how it is.
So we have replaced.
I have replaced that, and I have put and that's meat as well. I'm doing vegetarian because vegetarian again a big trend. Everyone wants to gourmet or feast vegetarian, so that is why. Okay, not bad, nice. Okay, so I have this very amazing cheese that I'm gonna put it on the top. And what ideally you should do is you should actually bake it in the oven. Some duster. Just give me a duster. Just to wipe my hand. Just to wipe my hand. Okay, now.
This is going quite well with the raw food trend.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is just cured with lemon.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put a little bit of green oil on the plate and some more fresh herbs. I think more or less I'm kind of done. I have some beautiful pine nuts. Yeah, that's it. So simple, easy, you know, beautiful looking dish. So you all can try and you all can share your feedback. Anything, anyone has any question, feel free to. Sure, sure, please. Chef Vipul, I think I'm done. So
निशान शेफ
yeah,
वेरी नाइस
thank you.
बहुत ज़बरदस्त आपने प्रेजेंटेशन तो इसकी मज़ा आ गया
तो thank you,
लेकिन इसको अगर टेस्ट करके पता चलेगा कि
अरे आप खाइए ना प्लीज़, मेरे को थोड़ा सा इसमें वही है कि बिकॉज वो बेक नहीं हुआ है. I think I'll give you एक छोटा सा. You have some disposable plates, no? Or you'll serve it? Huh?
Looks great, chef.
Yeah, thank you, Mal.
Thank you.
Most welcome.
So I'll catch you.
Please, yeah, sure. Sure. So hope you all enjoyed the session. Thank you very much. And looking forward to see all of you. Please, I would request all of you to please be healthy and use millets in your daily life. आप मिलेट की बिरयानी जरूर बनाना, बहुत अच्छा बनता है by the way. Millets biryani is very, very amazing. हाँ चलिए. हाँ.
Attention ladies and gentlemen, we are live
बोलिए sir,
on
please.
IHM Pusa's YouTube channel and the link is shared.
Can you just give some tips cooking with millets?
Sure.
How
Yeah.
it is different. Some of the tips are very important. We
Sure.
are recording those things.
Sure.
So your experience, I think many people are going live.
Sure, definitely.
अच्छा कुछ टिप्स दे रहे टिप्स के बाद करेंगे.
टिप्स के बाद कर लेंगे. You tell me what. Yeah.
Depending on the size of the tea, you should use water quantity. So still go about 2.5 to 3 times. Idli millet bhagya a little less. Bajra, jwar and ragi cannot be cooked like rice.
Yeah,
like
true.
They have to be cooked in the roti or flour based form.
Right,
These can be used
right.
for any rice based.
Right.
Anything else?
ठीक है. I think this is good. Where? कहाँ पर? Where is? I have to give tips. Oh, here on there. मैं बाहर आ जाऊँ. हैं? बाहर आ जाता हूँ. बाहर. पता नहीं. उनका. अंदर नहीं जाएगा क्या?
जाएगा
मेरा हाथ ही नहीं जा रहा.
अटेंशन लेडीज़ एंड जेंटलमैन. सो अभी शेफ़ ने जो बनाया मिलेट से वो हम आपके टेबल्स पर सर्व करने वाले हैं. सो प्लीज़ बी सीटेड फॉर दैट. थैंक यू.
Hope this was cooked here. तो सॉस अच्छी तरह डालो, सॉस और डालो।
ये बेक भी करा दो शेफ।
बेक चावल इंटेक से। चावल थोड़ा अनहेल्दी है, अगर आप डायबिटिक हैं अनफॉर्चुनेटली तो आप मिलेट का यूज़ करें और उतना आपका कार्ब इंटेक कम हो जाएगा। तो इट इज़ हेल्दी, इट इज़ टेस्टी, इट इज़ एडेप्टेबल। आप वैरायटी क्रिएट करें, आप पापड़ी बनाएं, आप चाट बनाएं, आप पकौड़े बनाएं, आप कुछ भी बना सकते हैं। सो मेरा रिक्वेस्ट होगा ऑल ऑफ़ यू दैट आप लोग सब यूज़ करें। और हमारा एक ही मिशन है कि स्वस्थ रहेगा इंडिया तो जीतेगा इंडिया। सो ऑल द बेस्ट। स्वस्थ रहेगा इंडिया तो जीतेगा इंडिया।
हाँ यहाँ से थोड़ा सा रेसिपी पे एक बार आए, इसको रहने दीजिए।
अच्छा,
मेरा वाला।
हाँ,
आपको उधर थोड़ा सा एक बार दोबारा फोकस करना। इसको निकाल, इसको अंदर से भेज दो। अरे इसमें यहीं
What do you say? हाँ हाँ, it's okay. You guys tasted? तुम लोग तो टेस्ट कर लो. अच्छा. हिंदी में ना क्या बताना है? फिर बनाना है. अच्छा यार, थोड़ा सा जुखनी का स्लाइस दे दोगे? हाँ कर दो. हाउ इज द टेस्ट पल्लवी? हाउ इज अंशुमन? हाउ इज द टेस्ट? या चलो, थैंक यू. या आर यू गाइस फीलिंग हेल्दी और नॉट? अंशुमन इज ऑलरेडी इटेड छोले भटूरे. वड़ा पाव, ये इटेड वड़ा पाव. हाँ, yes. Yeah, all the students, you should all come and try.
इसको ट्रेडिशनली कैसे बनाते हैं डोलमा?
क्या डोलमा को? वाइन लीफ के साथ.
वाइन लीफ का कोल्ड मेथड होता है फिर?
वाइन लीफ में क्या करते हैं, आपको पिकल्ड वाइन लीफ अवेलेबल है, तो आप पिकल्ड वाइन लीफ ले, उसके अंदर अकॉर्डिंग टू योर टेस्ट, यू वांट कीमा, यू वांट quinoa, you want vegetarian or non-vegetarian, then you put some pine nuts and then you fill it up inside cold. It's a cold preparation.
Okay, तो मतलब
It's a cold.
क्योर करते हैं?
हाँ, नहीं वाइन लीफ क्योर्ड मिलता है.
अच्छा.
ठीक है. हाँ इधर वो स्लाइसेस थोड़ा निकाल दे रहे हो? Can you just take out some slices? Here. और एक वाइट प्लेट दो तो मुझे वाइट प्लेट. गिव मी दैट वाइट प्लेट. नो दैट फ्लैट.
आई यूज कैन का सोया ग्रैन्यूल्स.
हाँ,
इंडी सोया ग्रैन्यूल्स.
सोया ग्रैन्यूल्स. ये छोटा बड़ा जस्ट गिव मी.
सोया ग्रैन्यूल्स या पनीर वगैरह यूज कर सकते हैं.
हाँ, क्यों नहीं यूज़ कर सकते? क्या एक वाइट थोड़ा इसको रोल करना है ना. जस्ट गिव मी. नहीं, आई जस्ट वांट द बिग प्लेट टू रोल इट. That's dirty, यार. This thing is on camera. ये दे दो, ये वाला प्लेट दे दो. That blue one. Yeah. And give me that one also. The other one. करें? मैं बना रहा हूँ डोलमा जो कि टर्किश डिश है और वो वेजिटेरियन होता है और उसमें वाइन लीव यूज़ होता है. तो मैं उस डिश का इंस्पिरेशन लेके ये बना रहा हूँ जुकीनी के साथ. आप चाहे तो कोई और वेजिटेबल्स यूज़ कर सकते हैं. इसको सबसे पहले आपको इस स्लाइसर के साथ पतला स्लाइस निकालना है और उसके बाद इसको मैरिनेट करना है थोड़ा ऑलिव ऑयल के साथ. बहुत सिंपल सा मैरिनेशन है. ब्लैक पेपर, सम सॉल्ट एंड थोड़ा सा लेमन जूस डालेंगे. ये हो गया इसका मैरिनेशन कंप्लीट. अब क्या करना है, हमें मिलेट की स्टफिंग डालनी है इसके अंदर. तो हम सबसे पहले मिलेट लेंगे. छोटा सा बोल दो. इसके अंदर हम डालते हैं ये हमारा बॉइल्ड और कुक्ड मिलेट्स है. और इसको हम क्या करेंगे, इसमें थोड़े एडेड स्टफ्स होंगे. इसमें हम डालेंगे थोड़ा सा ऑलिव, वो टैंग के लिए. इसमें ऐड होगा, जस्ट गिव मी अ नाइफ. गर्किन्स, ऑलिव ऑयल, थोड़ा काली मिर्च, some salt or maybe some fresh basil. आपके पास कोई भी हर्ब्स है, फ्रेश हर्ब्स आप यूज़ कर सकते हैं और इसको करेंगे मिक्स। बहुत ही सिंपल रेसिपी है और बहुत इजीली बन जाता है। ये हो गया। अब इसमें हम स्टफिंग करेंगे। ऐसे रखेंगे पहले इसको, ये दूसरे को इसके ऊपर, इसके बाद हम डालेंगे इसमें मिलेट्स, थोड़ा सा गैस है, टोमेटो सॉस, थोड़ा टोमेटो सॉस कर, और उसके बाद इस थोड़ा सा हल्का सा टोमेटो सॉस डाल देना। इसके बाद हम इसमें इसको रैप करते हैं, ऐसे 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 और उसके बाद ऐसे। तो ये तरीका है इसको रैप करने का। आप देख सकते हैं कितना सुंदर लग रहा है, बिकॉज जो दिखता है वही बिकता है। तो इट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट कि आप कोई भी डिश को बनाए तो सुंदर बनाएं और कॉन्ट्रास्टिंग प्लेट्स यूज़ करेंगे। जैसे मेरे पास ये वाइट है तो मैंने पिंक प्लेट, आई मीन ब्लूइश प्लेट लिया है, और इसके ऊपर जो सॉस डालूंगा वो रेड कलर का होगा। ये सब प्लेटिंग का टेक्निक है। तो आप ये देख रहे हैं, आप प्लेटिंग की भी थोड़ी टेक्निक सीख रहे हैं मेरे साथ। ये हमारे पास टोमेटो सॉस है। No, don't. I think this is good enough. ये हम थोड़ा सा, can you just slice the beetroot also? Just slice it from the mandolin. From the mandolin. तो ये मैंने टोमेटो सॉस बनाया है और डब्बे वाला नहीं है, फ्रेश टोमेटो लिया है मार्केट का, ब्लांच करके और उसका प्यूरी किया है, और उसके अंदर मैंने थोड़े फ्रेश टोमेटोज़ भी डाले हैं ब्लांच किए हुए। तो ये चंकी सा टोमेटो सॉस है। अब चलिए करते हैं इसकी प्लेटिंग। That's it. So I've just taken some beetroot. जो बॉयल है इसको मैंने स्लाइस किया है। अगेन ये कॉन्ट्रास्ट ले आ रहा है प्लेट में, इसके वजह से हमने बीटरूट डाला। ये आपका जुकीनी ये ऐसे आ गया। इसके ऊपर डालेंगे ये एरोमेटिक सॉस, ये भी इम्पॉर्टेंट है। जब आप खाना बनाएं तो आपका जो मेन डिश है वो सबसे ज़्यादा हाईलाइट होना चाहिए। तो हमारा मेन ये है, तो उसके अनुसार आप अपना प्रोपोर्शन रेडी करें साइड डिशेस का। तो ये सोचो ये अमिताभ बच्चन है तो ये उसके साथ साइड हीरो है, तो इसको हाईलाइट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम क्या होता है कि साइड चीज़ें इतनी ज़्यादा उभर जाती है कि आपका मेन डिश हाईलाइट नहीं होता। सो इट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट दैट वी शुड हाईलाइट आवर मेन डिश। ओके, आई वांट सम चीज़। हाँ, थोड़ा सा चीज़ दे दो, चीज़ एंड सम फ्रेश हर्ब्स, दैट्स इट। अब इसमें थोड़ा डाल देंगे चीज़, बिकॉज चीज़ सबको बहुत पसंद है और इस डिश के साथ बहुत अच्छी तरह से जाता है। सो आई एम गोना जस्ट गोना पुट लिटिल बिट ऑफ क्रम्बल्ड चीज़। That's okay. That's okay. Some fresh herbs. You have some fresh herbs, huh? Some fresh parsley. That's okay. That's okay. And then what I'm gonna do is, अब मैं इसमें ये मैंने ग्रीन ऑयल बनाया है फ्रेश हर्ब्स के साथ, तो ये प्लेट में थोड़ा सा प्लेट में डाल देता हूँ। तो ये तैयार हो गया पौष्टिक, जायकेदार, हेल्दी, न्यूट्रिशियस मिलेट का डोलमा इंस्पायर्ड डिश। एंजॉय कीजिए। थैंक यू। हो गया? थैंक यू, थैंक यू। इस डिश के बारे में नहीं, वही मिलेट्स के बारे में बता देते हैं,
मिलेट्स के
है
बारे
ना?
में एक मिनट रुक जाओ,
हाँ।
मिलेट्स के बारे में।
मैं कुछ कुकिंग टिप्स देना चाहता हूँ जब आप मिलेट्स पकाएं। मिलेट्स एक एंशियंट ग्रेन है जो इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन में पाया जाता था, जो करीबन 5000 साल पुरानी हमारी जो सभ्यता है उसमें यूज़ होता था। मिलेट्स एक एंशियंट ग्रेन है और मैं इसके बारे में कुकिंग टिप्स एंड टेक्निक्स आपके साथ शेयर करना चाहूँगा कि ये ग्रेन है जो कि लॉस्ट हो गया था। ये ग्रेन्स हम करीबन 5000 साल पहले जो हमारी सभ्यता है इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन या सतलुज घाटी सभ्यता, उसमें हम लोग यूज़ करते थे और बीच में कहीं ना कहीं अब लुप्त हो गया। अब ये वापस बैक टू ट्रैक आ गया है और इसमें मेरा टिप्स आपके साथ ये होगा कि जब भी आप मिलेट्स पकाएं उसको सोक करना ना भूलें। सोक करने के बाद अब करीबन आधे घंटे के लिए सोक करें और उसके बाद इसको प्रेशर कुकर या नॉर्मल कुकिंग पॉट में भी बना सकते हैं। आप ये याद रखें कि जब आपने मिलेट लिया है उसका डबल द क्वांटिटी ऑफ मिलेट आप पानी यूज़ करेंगे और नमक डालना मत भूलें, बिकॉज नमक जनरली नमक आप अगर नहीं डालते हैं तो उसमें टेस्ट नहीं आएगा अंदर तक, जो कि जनरली मैं देखता हूँ लोग फॉल्ट करते हैं कि वो ऐसे ही बॉईल कर देते हैं। तो ये इंपॉर्टेंट है। उसके बाद मिलेट्स बहुत इट रिटेन्स इट्स टेक्सचर, तो आप जब पकाएंगे तो इसका टेक्सचर रहेगा। तो आप स्टर फ्राई करें, चाइनीज़ स्टाइल, एशियन स्टाइल, इंडियन स्टाइल, आप बिरयानी बनाएं इसका, आप इसका पुलाव बनाएं, इसकी खिचड़ी बनाएं, सब कुछ बहुत अच्छी तरह से बनता है। बहुत हेल्दी है बिकॉज इसका जीआई लेवल बहुत लो है और प्रोबायोटिक है, वेट लॉस के लिए बहुत अच्छा है। और जो भी लोग डायबिटिक हैं जिनको कार्बोहाइड्रेट का प्रॉब्लम है, क्योंकि दिस इज़ ए कॉम्प्लेक्स कार्बोहाइड्रेट और ये ब्रेक होने में काफ़ी टाइम लगता है, तो दैट इज़ वाई यू शुड एक्चुअली रिप्लेस योर राइस इनटेक या वीट इनटेक विथ मिलेट। दिस इज़ व्हाट आई वुड सब्सक्राइब। ऑल द बेस्ट। रहेगा फिट रहेगा इंडिया तो खेलेगा इंडिया, तो सब हेल्दी रहेंगे। थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक्स अ लॉट यार ऑल ऑफ यू। थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक्स अ लॉट, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
तो अभी आपने देखा कि शेफ निशांत चौबे ने हमारे लिए मिलेट डोलमा टोमेटो कॉन्फी बनाया। उम्मीद है आप सबने इसकी रेसिपी नोट डाउन कर ली होगी और आप इसको अपने घर जाके अपने परिवार के साथ ज़रूर बना के एंजॉय करेंगे। आगे बढ़ते और अब मैं अनुरोध करता हूँ माननीय प्रधानाचार्य अब मैं अनुरोध करता हूँ श्री अनिल कुमार गोयल जी से कि वे शेफ निशांत चौबे जी को मोमेंटो प्रस्तुत करें।
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause.
तो अब हम मिलेट्स के बारे में कुछ जानकारी इकट्ठा करेंगे। पलक। तो अब हम मिलेट्स के बारे में जानकारी लेते हैं। पलक, ये मिलेट क्या होता है?
Millets are a group of highly variable crop widely grown around the world as cereal crops or grains for human food and fodder. Millets are indigenous to many parts of the world. The most widely grown millets are sorghum and pearl millets.
पलक, इसे तो हम ज्वार और बाजरा के नाम से भी जानते हैं और इसके अलावा रागी, कंगनी मिलेट भी इसकी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण प्रजातियां हैं।
So do you know an interesting fact about millets?
हाँ, ये हमारे पर्यावरण को बचाते हैं, हमारी सेहत के लिए बहुत लाभदायक हैं और इसमें गेहूं से ज़्यादा फाइबर भी होता है। ये मिट्टी का पोषण बचाए रखने में बहुत सहायता करते हैं और इसके अलावा मिलेट कम पानी के अंदर में उग जाते हैं। अगर पानी कम हो या भीषण गर्मी, ये दोनों का सामना कर एक बहुत अच्छी फसल प्रदान करते हैं। यह ना केवल हमारे पर्यावरण के लिए लाभदायक है बल्कि हमारी सोसाइटी के लिए भी एक बहुत ही अच्छी फसल है। मिलेट्स का उपयोग हमारे जीवन में दिन प्रतिदिन बढ़ता रहना चाहिए। इससे धरती के स्तर का पानी भी बहुत क्षमता तक ऊपर ही रहता है।
Yes, you heard it right. Millets are environment friendly. Not only this, there are many more benefits of millets. Millets boost your health and improve weight loss besides being gluten free. Millets present the risk of asthma and risk of cardiovascular diseases and a lot more.
और इसके अलावा मिलेट के अंदर सेरोटोनिन की मात्रा भी मौजूद है। सेरोटोनिन एक ऐसा केमिकल कंपाउंड है जो हमें सोने के लिए बहुत सहायता करता है। यह सेरोटोनिन ना केवल कीवी में पाया जाता है बल्कि मिलेट में भी पाया जाता है। हम लोग अपने दिन प्रतिदिन हमारी खुराक के अंदर सिर्फ कीवी का सेवन करते हैं। हमें कीवी का सेवन करना चाहिए, बट उसके अलावा हमारे पास मिलेट जैसा एक सस्ता विकल्प भी मौजूद है।
Do you know which all nutrients are present in millets?
Yes, there is vitamin K, vitamin B, vitamin B1 and vitamin B complexes present in millet. So मिलेट हमारे शरीर की विटामिन की जो कमी होती है उसको पूरा करने में भी बहुत सहायता करता है।
Yes, millets are a rich source of protein, fiber, minerals, iron and calcium. Also, they have a low glycemic index which makes them a wonder grain.
और ये हम सब जानते हैं कि Now we'll be watching a IMR video.
Like to elaborate on various aspects that the traction what I am talking about. More than 100 plus ventures are incubated at NutriHub, out of which 40 odd incubators, startup companies have been financially facilitated with the funding up to 3.4 crores under RKVY Raftar so far. So we have about 400 plus number of entrepreneurs touched, including those that of rural entrepreneurs, but then 175 ventures which are pre-incubated, and in fact primarily it is being about 30% of them happen to be from the women background, and the major aspect of this NutriHub is that it is solidly backed down by 60 plus product technologies that are being developed and offered for the startup companies. And if you would like to know about the employment, that the jobs that created are more than 1,000, while 170 of the technology transfers has been done to the startup companies with a 356 lakhs, means it is about 33 crores combined investment in the landscape is brought in. So that speaks about really the traction we had, and 260 new product launches by our startups, and our primary stakeholders, more than 60,000 farmers are connected directly or indirectly. And of course, in order to bring out, one of the major objective of NutriHub is to bring in the nutritional security to the country, and up to 7.5 lakhs of the consumers are currently estimated to be.
So what's your good name? So Vikas sir has got the right answer. Vedansh sir had got the right answer.
Thank you, sir.
So the next question is, which year has been declared as the International Year of Millets? Yes ma'am.
Claps for ma'am.
So
You also, ma'am. What's your name, ma'am? What's your answer?
yes
ma'am,
ma'am, you got the
absolutely
correct
right.
answer.
Ma'am.
Congratulations ma'am.
Next question is, which has higher percentage of dietary fiber, wheat or bajra?
Yes sir.
Sorry,
Ma'am, there was a
Claps for ma'am.
comparison between wheat and bajra. Yeah. Yes sir. Yes sir. Bajra. You got the correct answer, sir.
So,
So, my next question is, which millet is considered as an important ingredient in foods while fasting during the Sawan month? Sorry, ma'am. You got the correct answer, ma'am. What's your good name, ma'am? Palak ma'am has got the right answer.
the traditional food crop of old Mysore region is option number 1 ragi, option 2 kodu millet, option 3 jowar, option 4 bajra. Wrong answer, ma'am. Anyone else? The traditional food crop of old Mysore region. Option 1 ragi, option 2 kodu millet, option 3 jowar, option 4 bajra. Sir got the right answer, and answer is ragi.
or finger millet? Clap so, sir.
So the next question is, which is the largest producing state in India? The options are Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Kerala. Sorry, sir. No. Sorry. You got the right answer, sir. What's your good name, sir?
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज प्रोसो मिलेट को हिंदी में क्या कहा जाता है? मकरा, ज्वार, कोडो, छेना. Here and there also. सर ने पहले बोला सर को.
So the next question is, which of these millets have the maximum iron content? The options are jowar, samai, bajra, ragi. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. Sorry. You got the right answer, sir. Sama. Yes, sir. Sorry. Okay, sir. Sanjeev, next question. Yes, sir.
ऐसा कौन सा राज्य है जहां पे सबसे ज़्यादा रागी प्रोड्यूस होती है? ऑप्शंस है राजस्थान, महाराष्ट्र, कर्नाटका, पंजाब. Sir got the right answer again, Karnataka. Claps for him.
So, the next question is, which millet is the oldest cultivated millet? The options are pearl millet, foxtail millet, little millet or sorghum. You got the right answer, sir. The answer is foxtail millet.
Next question is, which of these millets have high calcium content? Options are ragi, jowar, bara, kodo. And this sir got the right answer, ragi. Ragi is the high calcium content.
So the next question is, any of you can tell me the 4 benefits of growing millets? Anyone who can give 4 benefits of growing millets? Yes? Yes. Palak.
Question क्या था? The benefits of millet could be, first, they hardly need any fertilizers for growing. Second, they do not need any type of chemical resources, so they are environment friendly. Third, they do not need that much of water as required in growing other crops. And the fourth and the most important is, they do not need that much of fertile land, so that they can be grown in any type of land.
Thank you, Palak. You got the right answer.
And the next question is, major producer of sorghum is in Europe are? Options are France, Germany, Italy, Belgium. Wrong answer,
Wrong.
sir.
Sorry, sir? No, sir.
No, not Brazil.
You got the right answer. Yes. So this was it. Congratulations to all the winners. I hope you enjoyed the quiz. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
हेलो हेलो करें स्टार्ट करें मैम से पूछे करें स्टार्ट करें Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I, Subrato Verma.
And I, Rohit Rohila, from Institute of Hotel Management, Catering and Nutrition, Pusa,
take a privilege to be the host for the evening. आइए बाजरे के पोषक तत्वों के बारे में जानते हैं।
बाजरे का सेवन आपके संपूर्ण स्वास्थ्य के लिए लाभकारी होता है। इनमें मौजूद पोषक तत्व शारीरिक समस्याओं से बचाता है। रोज़ाना इसके सेवन से अनगिनत लाभ पाए जा सकते हैं। ये कैल्शियम, मैग्नीज, फास्फोरस, फाइबर, मैग्नीशियम, विटामिन बी और कई तरह के एंटीऑक्सीडेंट से भरपूर होता है। इसके सेवन से न सिर्फ शरीर में ऊर्जा बनी रहती है बल्कि भरपूर पोषण भी मिलता है।
अब मैं आपको बाजरे के हेल्थ बेनिफिट्स के बारे में बताता हूँ। पाचन क्रिया को रखे दुरुस्त। बाजरे में भरपूर मात्रा में फाइबर पाया जाता है जो पाचन क्रिया को दुरुस्त रखने में मदद करता है। अगर आपको कब्ज की समस्या है तो अपनी डाइट में बाजरे को शामिल करें। क्या आप जानते हैं बाजरे में गेहूं से ज़्यादा फाइबर पाया जाता है जो हमारे शरीर को और ज़्यादा स्वस्थ बनाता है। और तो और बाजरा नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया, राजस्थान और हरियाणा में ज़्यादा मात्रा में उगाया जाता है। स्वस्थ दिल के लिए है बेहतर। बाजरे में मैग्नीशियम और पोटेशियम जैसे पोषक तत्व पाए जाते हैं जो ब्लड प्रेशर को कंट्रोल करने में मदद करता है। यह कोलेस्ट्रॉल लेवल को बढ़ने से रोकता है जिससे दिल से जुड़ी बीमारियों का होने का खतरा कम होता है।
Now we will be having the food demonstration by Chef Narendra. Chef Narendra is currently working as a culinary head in Khubani at Hayat Andaz Aero City, New Delhi. Chef Narendra is a talented hospitality professional with rich and extensive experience over 18 years in culinary and operation management. A creative and liberal person with the ability to follow instructions and willingness to learn new things. Chef Narendra has won many accolades in his career. Some of them are:
he is awarded as Excellent Culinary Gastronomy Master Chef in Professional Knowledge and Philosophy of International Cuisine by International Union of Arab Master Chef. He is a certified honorary chef ambassador, member of Chef Association of Bangladesh. He is a certified chef member of Culinary Association of Maharashtra. He has worked with several Michelin star chefs like Chef Raymond at Skillet and Italian expert chef David Edward at Sensi, Thailand.
Now I request Chef Manjeet Singh Gill to welcome Chef Narendra. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together with a huge round of applause.
चलिए तालियों की गूंज से इनका स्वागत करें।
beautiful passion fruit puree. So I'm going to start this workshop here now with my recipe. So I need a bowl, mixing bowl basically. Yes. Correct. Open.
ये इजीली चला जाता है ऊपर से। ये दूरदर्शन का है। इसके बाद में आपसे लास्ट में भी एक्सरसाइज से करूँगा है। जब हो जाएगा ना तो इसे मैं अलग से भी छोटा सा
हो गया?
हाँ चलिए।
Thank you. Divyanshu. You just do one thing. Chop few of them. And इसको chop कर दो काले को. Passion fruit का puree किधर है मेरा? Where is the puree? Get me the puree. हाँ. Chef, give me this puree. So just to make this beautiful salad, we'll take few spoons of millet. This is boiled, soaked and boiled millet. And I always prefer to cook millet in rice cooker to get that complete nutrition of the millet basically. And after this, I'll put some chopped apricot and avocado into cutting board. Chop this one. So millet has a lot of other benefits. As you all know that people are keep talking about benefit of millets, that it has nutrition value and it is very good for our digestive process in our body. Correct. Thank you, chef. So this is not puff ragi. Puff ragi I've already taken from. So now I'll add some pomegranate into kuch anar ke dane. So Chef Gokhan, just tell me one thing. Yesterday when I made this salad for you, how did you feel that while eating? Huh?
I got excellent.
Okay. Chef, I need some chopped avocado and apricot. Huh. Also some chop. जल्दी से आप थोड़ा चॉप कर दो इसको if you know how to chop it. Correct.
तुम लगाओ.
Chop करो. Chop this. Okay. This is so good. Okay. So now I'm gonna add few flakes of almond into just to give that crunch. Also, I've made some ragi puff basically. So what I did is I put this ragi into hot oil pan and this came in the shape of puff corn something, but in a very small size. This is I'm putting into just to give you a crunch in between. A bit of avocado into. Avocado also has some beautiful benefits of your health, so it is gonna be a healthy salad. I always tell to my guests that eat healthy and stay safe. So previously in COVID we used to convey everyone stay at home, stay safe, but here I would say eat healthy and stay safe. So mixing well now, and chef, some apricot, chopped apricot. Chef, this is done. This is done.
Almond flakes हो गए?
Ah, thank you, chef. So this is some chopped apricot into and pinch of salt, basically crushed pepper and crushed pepper. So this is a beautiful salad and very famous salad. Whenever my guest asks me to make something healthy, I used to make something with millet only, because millet has a lot of other benefits. It has no gluten, and if somebody has celiac disease, this is a beautiful option to have it in any meal, either breakfast, either main major meal, lunch or dinner. Give me a mold. Okay, and some lemon juice. I'm gonna put some lemon juice into now. Plate is nice. Nice plate. So 2 wedges of lemon, around 10 ml of lemon juice into. I'll make sure that this will reach to everyone sitting here. And some passion fruit. This is some passion fruit now. Okay. So this is a very beautiful and easy recipe to make. To everyone at home, at restaurant and hotel, anywhere you can make it. So now I'm going to place it. So this is a mold, and we can make it without mold also, but just to give a shape, round shape, I'm using this mold. Can we have a bigger spoon? Bigger spoon. So here is the salad now. So it will come in a round shape, and then we'll garnish it. You can make this recipe at your home with this healthy and beautiful millet, just to please your family member, just to give them a complete nutrition. Okay. Now this is fine. This is here. Thank you, chef. Thank you. So I'm going to remove this mold now. Beautiful. Some arugula leaf basically, or rocket leaf on top. And few drops of passion fruit puree. This is passion fruit basically. And again, just to give that crunch and garnish to the plate, this is ragi, basically puff ragi. So you can see this beautiful plate of a quick recipe, millet with avocado. So here it is. And we all know the benefits of millets, because nowadays India and the complete entire planet is getting aware about the benefit of millet basically. Also, apart from this, so can you send you to Chef Gill to taste to people this plate, and we'll make another plate now. So we'll make another plate. Chef, take a plate, Thank you. That's it. Okay, so I'm gonna make another plate of the same, and after this recipe I have another thing to show you which is already pre-made with the millet only. Some almond flakes again, and few chunks of chopped apricot into. Thank you, chef. And the same salt and pepper. There is no pepper. That's it. Thank you, chef. So this is actually the beauty of our country, India, basically, because this millet has very rare to get out of India somewhere, and I belongs to Nainital. So in my childhood, I used to eat this and ragi flour basically. So we call it, if anybody is here from Uttaranchal, will be understand that we call it madua basically. So here is another plate is getting ready. Few leaves of rocket on top again. Few drops of passion fruit puree and puffed ragi. So puffed ragi again, I would say this will give you a nutty flavor. While eating this, it will give you crunch. So this is the one recipe, millet with avocado. So another way, I've just made something to give surprise to my Turkish friend, Chef Gokhan. So I've made something to give him surprise. So this is basically millet hummus. The very first time we have just made it, and to eat this millet hummus with this ragi lavash basically. So ragi lavash, again, you all know about ragi. Can I have another plate or bowl? Bowl or plate? Bowl to put this and plate. Any plate. So hummus, you all know that how to make hummus. Hummus is basically traditionally made in Turkey and Lebanese food. It made with a chickpea, some tahina paste, and garlic, olive oil, lemon juice, salt. So here we replaced chickpea and we have added this millet. And this is the barnyard millet basically, the white one. And this is coming beautifully tasty. When we tried this, so Chef Gokhan, this is something for you to try at Turkey also. You need to make this recipe in Turkey just to give your friends this delicacy and introduce this thing. Some olive oil. So I'm putting some olive oil on top of this millet hummus. And this is some ragi chips to eat with, just to give that complete crunch. So millet hummus with ragi chips. So here is another plate is ready. I'm putting some puff ragi on top of it. Again, just to give that crunch in your mouth. So this is all I've planned to make with millet in India, and I would thank you for IMR to give me this opportunity. And tomorrow also we are coming up with few recipes with my chef, Chef Gokhan, in the evening at the same time. So we'll see you tomorrow there. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for being lovely audience. Thank you. These are my 2 recipes. Thank you. So I'm done. So you can just give it this to chef. First of all, the chef one. Devanshu, go to there. The chef. If you want to take the photo, take these photos. This is popcorn. Ah, sure, ma'am. So I'm giving you the hummus to taste. Yes. So here it is. If you want to try, okay. So just do one thing, Divyanshu. Give this hummus to everyone to taste. Ah, chef, put it. Just give this to people to taste it. This is for the lady. If you'll try this with this ragi chips, it will give you the complete. Yes. Not as of now. This is just invention of the day with the millet. We just made this very first time. So we'll definitely move forward with this. But as of now, you can just taste it. शेफ ये दिए शेफ को हाँ बस करो रे Chef, this is here. हाँ ये भी देखे आ जाओ शेफ को पहले रिमूव सर है, मैं दिल्ली से बिलोंग करता हूँ। अभी हमारा एक आउटलेट है खुबानी दिल्ली अंदाज़ हयात के अंदर, उसमें मैं शेफ़ हूँ, एज ए हेड शेफ़। सो मिलेट के बहुत सारे फ़ायदे हमारे जीवन में, और मैं पला बड़ा भी कुछ पहाड़ों से हूँ बेसिकली। सो वहाँ पर हम बचपन से इन चीज़ों को देखते थे, लेकिन आजकल की रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में जब हम बहुत ही तेज़ी से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं तो हम कहीं ना कहीं इन चीज़ों को खो चुके हैं। और अब ये IMR का मैं बहुत ज़्यादा शुक्रगुजार होना चाहता हूँ कि उन चीज़ों को सामने लेकर के आ रहा है। सो इसको हम अपनी दिनचर्या के भोजन में बिल्कुल मिला सकते हैं, बजाय इसके कि हम हर वक्त चावल या फिर रोटियां ही लें, हम इसको अपने भोजन में ऐड कर सकते हैं। और इसके बेनिफिट्स इतने हैं कि जैसे कि आप देखिए, डाइटरी फाइबर के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा होता है, इंसोल्युबल और सोल्युबल दोनों के लिए। सो इंसोल्युबल बेसिकली क्या होता है, एक प्रीबायोटिक है जो हमारे डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम के लिए बहुत अच्छा है, एंड सोल्युबल जो हमारा बैड कोलेस्ट्रॉल है उसको काटता है और उसको बढ़ने नहीं देता, उसको रोकता है। और भी ऐसे बहुत सारे बेनिफिट मिलेट के हैं हमारे लिए, जिसमें अलग अलग तरह के मिलेट्स आते हैं, जैसे रागी है, ज्वार है, और तरह तरह के जो भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें हम लोग को भी सीखनी है यहाँ पे। सो ये जो मौका एक हमको मिला है, इसके लिए मैं थैंक्स कहना चाहता हूँ, और आप सबको उत्साहित करना चाहता हूँ कि अपने रोज़मर्रा के जीवन में अपने लिए, अपने परिवार की अच्छी सेहत के लिए आप ज़रूर इसका सेवन शुरू कीजिए, और दिन में कम से कम 1 या 2 बार के मील में इसको ज़रूर ऐड कीजिए। थैंक यू, शुक्रिया। अरे
जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी आपको तो क्या कुछ और भी है।
You guys need to taste it, Palak.
Sure.
Taste here only. Take a spoon, try with this passion fruit puree. This is something. See again, somebody's calling.
हेलो हेलो। तो अभी आपने देखा कि शेफ नरेंद्र ने एक, चलिए तालियों की गूंज से इनका स्वागत करते हैं। संयुक्त राष्ट्र ने दुनिया भर में इस अद्भुत अनाज के बारे में जागरूकता फैलाने के लिए
Thanks to Green Revolution.
Also, they hardly need any fertilizer.
संयुक्त राष्ट्र ने दुनिया भर में इस अद्भुत अनाज के बारे में जागरूकता फैलाने के लिए 2023 को अंतर्राष्ट्रीय पोषक अनाज वर्ष के रूप में घोषित किया है। बाजरा अत्यधिक परिवर्तनशील अनाज का एक समूह है जो दुनिया भर में व्यापक रूप से चारे और मानव भोजन के लिए अनाज की फसल या अनाज के रूप में उगाया जाता है। क्या आपको पता है मिलेट्स का पर्यावरण संरक्षण में काफ़ी बड़ा योगदान है?
अच्छा, वो कैसे?
ये कम पानी और हर प्रकार की मिट्टी में उग जाते हैं और मिट्टी को और भी ज़्यादा उपजाऊ बनाते हैं, जिससे कि फसल लाभदायक होती है और हमारे किसान भाइयों के लिए भी फायदेमंद होता है।
Moving forward, we will see how millets are the environmental friendly cereal by presenting in front of you all a street play on millets by Kaladhar, the Dramatic Society of IHM Pusa.
चलिए तालियों की गूंज से इनका स्वागत करते हैं।
अब ऑन है भैया, स्पीकर के सामने जाओगे लाइव।
अरे जाओ तुम लोग। बहुत लगे।
हम भी चलो चलो।
आओ आओ।
नाटक देखो।
नाटक देखो। आओ आओ। नाटक देखो। आइए चमका। नाटक देखो। आओ आओ। नाटक देखो। आइए चमका। नाटक देखो। आओ आओ। नाटक देखो। आइए चमका। नाटक देखो। आओ तुम्हें एक कहानी सुनाए जो मिट्टी के पास ले जाए। खान पान में क्या है पोषक, सबको ये बात सिखाएं। एक किसान अपने खेत में टहल रहा है और आसमान की ऊपर देखकर यह सोचता है कि काश कोई बारिश के आसार दिख जाए।
पिछली बार तो बारिश होने के कारण घर चलाने लायक मुनाफा कमा लिया था, मगर इस बार अगर बारिश नहीं हुई तो हम पे परेशानियों का पहाड़ टूट पड़ेगा।
आसमान बिल्कुल साफ था और वो बरसा रहा था, तो वो था सिर्फ धूप। किसान निराश होकर अपने घर चला जाता है।
शकुंतला, मैं घर आ गया।
जी आई। क्या हुआ जी? आजकल आप बहुत परेशान दिख रहे हैं। सब ठीक तो है?
कुछ नहीं, बस काम को लेकर थोड़ा परेशान। फसलें दिन ब दिन मुरझाती जा रही हैं, बारिश का कोई आसार नहीं है। अगर ऐसे ही चलता रहा तो घर चलाने में बहुत दिक्कतें आएंगी।
अरे आप परेशान मत होइए, सब ठीक हो जाएगा। मैं आपके लिए खाना लगाती हूँ।
सारे किसान भाई एक वृक्ष के नीचे बैठे होते हैं।
अरे भैया, अगर ऐसा ही चलता रहा तो हमारा गुजारा कैसे होगा?
भैया अब हमारे हाथ में कुछ नहीं है, जो है सब ऊपर वाले के हाथ में है। जो करेंगे इंद्रदेव स्वयं करेंगे।
इंद्रदेव से याद आया, क्यों ना हम मौसम विभाग की खबरें सुने?
हाँ हाँ सुने, लगाओ लगाओ लगाओ।
अरे बिटिया, जरा रेडियो तो स्टार्ट करो।
नमस्कार, मौसम विभाग की खबरों में आपका स्वागत है। खबर यह दर्शाई जा रही है कि आने वाले अगले 2 महीनों में बारिश के कोई आसार नहीं हैं।
2 महीने,
जो कि हमारे किसान भाइयों के लिए काफी बड़ी समस्या का कारण बन सकता है।
हे भगवान, ये तो बिग प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी।
भैया अब करे तो करे क्या?
खेती।
इसको देख रहे हो, मजाक सूझ रहा है या हमारे खान पान के लाने पड़े और तुमको मजाक सूझ रहा है?
तो भैया आप ही बताइए, बिना पानी के हमारी फसलें उगेंगी कैसे?
ये देखो, अगर ये बात हमें पता होती तो हम लोग कितने बड़े परेशानी में थोड़ी होते।
और
हर
क्या?
समय मजाक, हर समय मजाक, हर
क्या
समय
क्या करता है?
अरे रुको रुको, लड़ो मत। मैंने सुना है कि गांव में एग्रीकल्चर ऑफिसर आने वाले हैं।
एग्रीकल्चर ऑफिसर?
इंस्पेक्शन करने।
इन्फेक्शन?
इन्फेक्शन?
अरे पापा, एग्रीकल्चर ऑफिसर यानी कृषि प्रधान और इंस्पेक्शन यानी निरीक्षण करने, इंस्पेक्शन करने नहीं।
अच्छा,
आई नो।
चलो भैया, फिर ऑफिसर मैडम से ही अपनी समस्या का निवारण लिया जाएगा।
ठीक है, चलो ये भी ठीक है।
आ रही हैं अफसर मैडम आ रही हैं, जो देंगी ज्ञान फसलों का, हमें उठाना है लाभ उसका। आ रही हैं। राम राम भाइयों।
नमस्कार।
नमस्कार।
सब बढ़िया?
सब बढ़िया। आइए आप लोगों को मिलवाता हूँ आदरणीय कृषि प्रधान से, जो हमें हमारे कष्टों से निवारण दिलवाएंगी और तो और हमें जागरूक करेंगी। आओ गांव वालों। अरे बस ये क्या कर रहे हो?
अरे ऑफिसर मैडम, गांव में वाटर नहीं है, बिग प्रॉब्लम है। आप ही बताइए व्हाट टू डू।
पानी नहीं है, व्हाट टू डू।
अरे सबर करो, बताएंगी ना।
बताइए।
देखिए, आपकी जो समस्या है वो बदलना आपके या मेरे हाथ में तो नहीं, लेकिन आप अपनी फसल को बदलकर जरूर इस समस्या से छुटकारा पा सकते हैं।
फसल बदलकर?
फसल बदलकर? वो कैसे? वो भी इतने कम पानी में? कैसे भाई, कैसे?
फसल बदलकर कैसे?
जी बिल्कुल, ये संभव है।
संभव है?
आप लोगों ने रागी, ज्वार और बाजरा का नाम तो सुना ही होगा।
सुना है। रागी, ज्वार, बाजरा सुना है
मैडम, सुना है। बल्कि वो तो हम खाते भी हैं, क्यों भाइयों?
खाते हैं।
बहुत अच्छे। इन अनाजों को हम मिलेट्स कहते हैं। मिलेट्स अनाज इस मामले में बहुत लाभदायक है, क्योंकि वो हमारे लिए ही नहीं बल्कि पर्यावरण के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा है। ये अनाज गेहूं से सस्ते में बिकता है और महंगा ही उगता है। और पता है इसका इंपोर्ट और एक्सपोर्ट कितना होता है? यही नहीं, इसमें उगाने के लिए पानी भी बहुत कम लगता है, तो आपकी पानी की कमी की समस्या भी नहीं रहेगी। यही नहीं, इसको उगाने के लिए कोई फर्टिलाइजर और कोई पेस्टिसाइड भी नहीं लगते।
फर्टिलाइजर भी नहीं?
वाह, मुनाफा है।
सस्टेनेबल भी है।
आओ करे सेहत को पूरी, दाल चावल के साथ मिलेट भी जरूरी। अरे वाह, अब इतने कम पानी में हम लोग अनाज उगा सकते हैं।
अरे वाह, अब पानी भी कम तथा कीटनाशक और खाद की जरूरत भी नहीं।
अरे बंदरफुल जी, बंदरफुल, ये तो
तो मैडम, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, आपने हमें इतनी जानकारी दी। आज से हम भी मिलेट चुकाएंगे, क्यों भाइयों?
हाँ, ये लाभ उठाएंगे। क्यों? मगर अगर ये बात बताएं, आओ मिलकर मिलेट उगाएं, आओ मिलकर मिलेट उगाएं, आओ मिलकर मिलेट उगाएं।
तो क्या आप लोग जानते हैं कि 2023 को इंटरनेशनल ईयर ऑफ मिलेट घोषित कर दिया गया है?
2023 को?
Millets can counter many climatic changes. It can grow in any type of soil, be it sandy or with varying levels of acidity. Also, they hardly need any fertilizers for irrigation. Millets
उगाओ, धरती को बचाओ। मिलेट्स उगाओ, धरती को बचाओ। मिलेट्स उगाओ, धरती को बचाओ।
Millets are more nutritious than wheat. They contain more fiber and protein as compared to other grains. And all, millets do not require standing water like in the fields of paddy. So, no need of building large dams, water reservoirs and canal systems to get water from the farms. सुगे तो जल बचे, जल ही जीवन समझ ले. मिलेट सुगे तो जल बचे, जल ही जीवन समझ ले.
Millets also play a very important role in nurturing soils and improving their fertility and texture, thereby increasing the yields and hence the returns to the farmers. Once the root system has been established, millets can survive many dry weeks.
पर्यावरण संरक्षण में दे योगदान, मिलेट्स है इनका नाम. पर्यावरण संरक्षण में दे योगदान, मिलेट्स है इनका नाम. धन्यवाद.
Nestling in the lap of the mountains, it's named after Badri, the wild berry. While some find inner peace here, others converse with nature. Come along for all that is sacred.
Through the ornate traces of a sophisticated
Being the first commodity-based incubator in India, we at New
उनको उनका परिचय कराएं ये जन के साथ, जनसाधारण के साथ, और इसके जो भी गुण हैं उन्हें बहुत रोचक तरीके से नाटक के रूप में ये उनके समक्ष लेके जाएं। और मैं बहुत सराहना करता हूँ और खिलाड़ियों का, मेरी सहयोगी हैं उन्होंने प्रेरित करते हैं टीम को और वो अपना योगदान समाज के बदलाव के लिए ये करते हैं। इसकी बहुत बहुत सराहना करता हूँ। मैं सराहना करता हूँ दूरदर्शन का भी इस प्रयास को आपने नोट किया है, उसको सराहा है और हमें इसके बारे में दर्शकों को बताने का मौका दिया। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू। मैम कह रहे थे कि और अच्छे अच्छे स्लोगन सुना, नेक्स्ट टाइम और अच्छे से करूँगा, सिर्फ इनके लिए, ठीक है? हाँ ठीक है, मैं सिर्फ कल के लिए नहीं, मैं हमेशा के लिए कह रहा हूँ। ऐसे रहे स्टूडेंट्स, मैं उनको करना
थैंक यू सर।
आऊँगा, मैं कल भी आऊँगा, यही बोल रहा हूँ कि आप इनसे कहिए कि अच्छे अच्छे कोर्स लेके आए, मैं सबका कोर्स टेलीविज़न में भी दिखाऊँगा।
सिटी का नहीं कह सकते।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सर।
So you
For businesses in the millets value chain, ranging from farming to distribution of value-added products, we have proudly handheld and supported more than 120 plus startups till date. Our vision: commercialize innovations and startups in nutri cereals industry with best-in-class support system for entrepreneurs. Our mission: create platform and explore business services through entrepreneurship development, innovation and value addition for enhanced millet value chain growth. Being in line with the concept of Make in India, we at NutriHub step in to nurture and handhold various millet.
On the lap of the hill, the kingdom exists of law and order and melodies rare, of love and luxury, and of memories that create history.
हेलो
मेरा बैग कहाँ गया? मेरे बैग के यस मैम। बीच में? यस मैम। Good evening everyone once again. Now we have a panel discussion on delicious snacks that can be made from millets.
To chair this session, we have Dr. Dayakar Rao, Principal Scientist, Indian Institute of Millets Research, IIMR, Hyderabad, and Mr. Kamal Kant Pant, Principal and Secretary, IHM Pusa. And for the panelists, we have Dr. Anshu Singh, Senior Lecturer, IHM Pusa. Chef Mamta Best, Senior Lecturer, IHM Pusa. Dr. Vinutha, Principal Scientist, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, ICAR. And Ms. Sharmila Sinha from Indian Federation of Culinary Association, IFCA. Start.
Now I request
Now I request Mr. Anil Goyal to welcome Dr. Rao. Dr. Karnam Venkatesh to welcome Mr. Kamal Kant Pant. Dr. V. Ravi Kumar to welcome Dr. Anshu Singh.
Dr. Amarnath Reddy to welcome Chef Mamta Bisht. Chef Gunjan to welcome Ms. Sharmila Sena.
Say a few words. Good evening, everyone. I was asked to introduce my friend Sharmila Sinha. Besides being a member of IFCA, she is a Bengali home chef. So the idea to bring her here was that we want millet to reach the homes and the homes of the masses, not just the hotels. We are there for it. And Sharmila is an excellent cook. She's been promoting Bengali cuisine, and I hope in future she's going to work with millet and make us proud to know what our original grains were. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now I request Dr. Dayakar Rao and Kamal Kant Pant sir to proceed with the discussion.
Good evening, everybody. I am very much elated to have this distinguished panelists for this evening panel discussion, especially on delicious snacks and the related issues that are coming, which are based on the millets, on how to take it forward. And I would give the advantage, I would like to take the advantage of my co-chair present here to hear his remarks before, initial remarks before I just take things forward.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. And we are here to discuss a very important topic this evening. We are aware that we consume meals, there are major meals that we consume, and then there are many meals which are there for us to partake during the day. And at times the mini meals or the snacking has become overtaking the major meals. And the nutritionist, I have got some eminent nutrition people on this panel, they would agree with me that when we are talking about eating disorders, when obesity and other related disorders are concerned, the first thing which gets the blame is the snacking habit, and second thing is the inappropriate snacks which come to our plate And many a times these snacks are not healthy as we would like them to be. And that ends up, we get craving for those things, and at times, when we are busy at work, we do not realize as to how much we have consumed. And that is something which causes a kind of difficulties with us, disorders, and the system goes, out of sync. So today I think what this eminent panel has got the responsibility to discuss is how we can make this snacking habit more healthy, how we can use these opportunities of mini meals or the meals, small meals that we are having between major meals, so that they contribute to our health and well-being. Thank you.
So well said. Thank you for those initial remarks, Kamalji. So now actually we have named this session starting with the word delicious. Yeah. Millets, delicious? That is the question comes to many of our minds. Who can make millets delicious? And that's the ball in the court of all the chefs. In fact, how they can make it. Once upon a time, I remember somebody made a very bad comment about the millets. I just come from Indian Institute of Millet Research. Those were the baby steps we were doing it. People gave very bad names for that, for the snacking that came. So taste is one important thing. So that can we bring in millets? Have we brought that to level where the snacking, because the benchmark is based on rice, wheat, and the corn based snacking, and of course some potato and other snacking is also there. So by all means, the snack that is going to be replaced with the current snack is one major challenge, immediate challenge for us. So it is a snack which is having a tag of nutrition and snack which is not having the tag of nutrition. So that way I think maybe millets may score, but the bigger challenge is delicious. The word, can we really match up to the delicious nature of rice, wheat, because extensively researched commodities, rice, wheat, corn, world over. It's not the... So there is a great responsibility on Indian scientists, technologists, to come out with that particular taste. More important, when I say scientists, I consider chefs in this area are also scientists, because there is a lot of science in it. It's not just... but I am seeing of late the type of dishes that are coming up are no less than that. Until and unless you tell them that these are made out of millets, people are not. Another dimension which I would like to look is about the affordability and making it to the common man. The third thing I would like to talk is about, because we are taking the benchmark as rice, wheat, and corn, and maybe potato also can be added. So one is nutrition, second one is the taste, the third one is the shelf life. Shelf life is equally important, because if the snacking has to happen and it has to come on a commercial scale, I think the shelf life is very important. So with these three challenges that are before, so we have included Vinuta also here actually as a part of that.
Yeah,
so we have eminent panel.
She's joining. She's stuck in a traffic jam.
No problem. We will wait for her comments at least at the end of it.
Right.
But keeping these points, because otherwise if we don't draw the broad contours of the panel discussion, it will go haywire. So I am setting some sort of what is the boundary wherein we can discuss, because there is plenty of things in other panels we will be discussing on. So keeping these few points, I straight away get into the first aspect about the nutrition, and I requested Dr. Anshu Singh from IHM Pusa to throw some light in this regard and the challenges thereof, how that would be and what type of the data is needed for us to really bring about and make available to the industry so that they may take it up and popularize it. Over to you.
Thank you, Chairperson, sir, and thank you, Co-Chairperson, sir, for giving us opportunity. Rightly said, sir, we have to work together. That is the main important thing. that the catering industry and nutritionists and the chefs have to come together to bring these millets commonly available first of all, and then making various varieties of food that we have to cook, especially targeting to the preschoolers, especially targeting to the school going and the adolescents that are college going, because we have to make these things popular at their age. Then only they'll take it forward once they are into their routine lifestyle of office. So these things have to be planned in a way that they are being liked, they are looking forward to such kind of food items in the market. As we have seen a few products that are kept there, these are convenience food. So these convenience food, they are really coming up, and we should go. Our food technologists are working very nicely, and they are bringing up nutrition in a packed form. So these are the things that we have to look forward. And nutrition, yes, these millets are very rich in nutrition. We have been seeing since morning so many dishes our chefs have prepared, and in a very simple manner we can incorporate these in our daily usage. So they are very rich in protein, they are very rich in calcium, they really help in bringing up the immunity levels. During COVID times, we have seen that yes, we require a lot of immunity. It's our own body that saved us. We all, like all homes were touched by coronavirus, but yes, that's the immunity that we are here today with all of you. So immunity is very important. So millet is like a boon to build up the immunity. So we have to incorporate these millet in some form of the other in our daily routine. That is one thing. Protein, we all know during the whole life we require protein throughout, but especially during the growth spurts really has to be taken care with high protein content. And we have seen our Institute of Hotel Management, we have developed many products that are liked by the youth. So these things, if we prepare and serve to our young adults, we serve to our kids in a form like a brownie, in a form like pasta, they would be liked by the kids, and they will go for it having the same feeling as the other commonly known pastas or cakes. So these are very innovative way, and the best part, nutrition is going. So these things are I think so very important that we all should come together and promote it, and side by side nutrition is also being given to the kids and all age groups of our society.
So I just have one question to you, Madam, Dr. Anshu. See, most of the snacking that goes are treated with high temperature. The nutritional retention in those subjected to the high temperature, how that is going to affect, because are we going to label them wrongly? Are we still consider them to be nutritious? I think these are some of the issues when we are promoting them as nutri-cereals are going to be a vital importance.
So there are ways to incorporate these, like for example chutneys. We have with IRI did a workshop in which microgreens were used, and we can incorporate millets also. We have seen the sprouts that have come up. So that is a way where heat is not incorporated. So that is also a way that we can incorporate millets and nutrition is not lost. And yes, we have to cook in a way that by least these nutrients are left. So such methods have to be developed.
So the bottom line is that you need to be choosy among the snacks. It's not that in generic sense every snack can go and recommend it.
So health has to be choosy. So we have to be very particular what we are eating.
So the millets must be pushed in such a way where the snacking should be healthy and nutritious also.
Yes,
I think now that brings us to the next question. Okay, you are making healthy and nutritious. Then to make it affordable, I think now it's the turn to Sharmila Madam.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here. This is regarding affordability. Nutrition and affordability sort of come together. I would say we have to make cooking fun, number one, so that people start cooking at home, which people are forgetting. Second, and most importantly, is just like we were discussing now, that down south you get idlis for 15 rupees. So, and ragi idlis, all kinds of idlis, you know, they're nutritious, and the chutneys, as she said very rightly, nutritious the chutneys. So, to reach out, we have to produce more, and to produce more, we have to sort of go to people, have innovative ideas. Say, for example, if the people are eating Maggi, then why not ragi Maggi or bajra Maggi kind of a thing, you know. We have to probably innovate in that way. Then as for other snacks, for example, sabudane, the tikki that we make, instead of that, we can also have bajra or ragi or sama ke chawal ka. That is, these are things that we can use as binders for sweet potato, for example. When we are making sweet potato tikkis, we can use that as binders. These are things that can be used as binders. Then laddus and khichuris are very common. We have these pre-packed laddus and khichuris, which is something everybody wants to eat. Then the innovation, we have to start, because one important thing that we have to understand to make food cheap, because snacking the millets have always been poor man's cereal. It has never been, today it has become the cereal of the rich or the middle class. As you very rightly said earlier, make it such that it becomes aspirational. But if it becomes aspirational, it need not be very expensive. It has to be also affordable. So these are things that we have to take into consideration when we are talking about millets. So see, for example, when we all know the barley was the first grain that was domesticated. About 10,000 years ago. That time, from Homo erectus came the Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens brought in the barley, grew the barley. Now we can call ourselves the Homo economics. That is what Amitabh Ghosh says in his book. So probably the economics of the whole thing, the human economics has to get into it. And if once we get the economics bit of it right, then we can go and reach out to more people. And if at one point in time we were eating millets, it's not that today we are, and about 50 years ago probably, or 40 years ago, we lost the art of eating millets. But we were eating millets before that, weren't we? Especially during our fasting times. We were eating a lot of millets. So what happened then? Suddenly, why?
That can make it into the convenient form. The third dimension is the policy. So this, when they converge, I think there is a great hope, and we are moving in the right direction as such. I feel so. I think with these comments, I request, because we are talking about the taste aspect, now over to Chef Mamta Bist.
Good evening, everyone, all the panelists and esteemed people who are here, especially in the presence of our celebrity Chef Manjeet Singh Gill. So I take this opportunity to present my views from the entire chef fraternity, which may have bearing on the taste factor. Sir, I believe the journey with millets starts for everyone. It is a different journey. The relationship is very personal. For some, it is tradition. If you are there, if you're lucky enough to be, born in a family where cultural influence is still there, you have your grandparents, and those cooking styles are still there, then you'll be very, very fortunate to have all those cooking styles, the varied diet which you're having. It will be there. So which is there in the southern India, it is there in some parts of Uttarakhand also. It is there in some parts of Northeast also. So that is one part of the journey or the relationship one can have with millets. For another section of society, it starts when you start aging. So, when certain health conditions catch you, so then you go to a doctor, or probably if you don't want to go for an allopathic doctor, you will look for natural diets. So that is the second kind of relationship people will have with millets. So in that manner, they will look for products, and at times, too much on millets section only. So they would want products which are totally based on millets, let's say 100%, 90%. And there are people I've seen who are just, refusing to have flour and rice altogether and totally on millets, which again may not be very sustainable for health also and for taste also. So that is the second one. Third one, what, Kamal sir was saying is, when you are lucky enough to have it as a part of other, diet options also. So that means introducing millets in a more sustainable manner, where probably it is there as a part of one meal in a day, or probably in one product. When millets started, in fact, other seeds also started, or health grains. So a lot of focus was there on multi-grain. But now I think this information is there with most of people that multi-grain is always, not very helpful, because consumption of millets also depends on the weather one is. For example, we say jowar and ragi is more suitable for summers, and bajra is more for, let's say, winters. So we can incorporate them in different ways in our diet. So what could be that for the third category is when you start giving it as a natural option. When you are not attaching that special tag, you have to have this millet-based diet, or this product has millet. For me, as a chef, I feel if the product is tasty and one is not asking, okay, it's not that good because it is based on millets, I think that is the job which is done by the chef. For example, at the labs of ISM Pusa, we have been working on millets. I am fortunate enough because, we got this opportunity. And my journey started with millets on 7th of September last year when we did a program with ICAR, IARI, and that was the time, when we started working with bajra. And from that time to today, when I am here after doing, one full batch of production, I feel I have come a long way, because every millet which was new to us, and we have to, actually look for the ways to make it more acceptable when we can have taste being healthy, and our stall is there, so a lot of products are there on offer. So which I feel we are, aiming towards achieving that standard where taste is maintained and you don't have to sacrifice it for having that health thing. So it can be included as a wellness routine. We have a small bake shop in our institute. So at times, I introduce stuff which has millets without telling them that your burger will have a specific portion of millets, let's say 30%, 40%. And if my student is not complaining, if my guest, we have people, esteemed people from the offices around in Pusa, and we also have people who are ordering. So if they are not able to tell me the difference and they are okay with the product, they are appreciating the product, that is the thing which we want to achieve. At times, we have special dignitaries also visiting the institute. So apart from the general snacks we serve, it will also have product which will be millet-based. So in our institute's lab, generally you will find something or other will be there. So from bajra to, coming to, the more acceptable forms of millets, which is readily available, as we all know, is jowar, ragi, and bajra. However, moving to the minor millets, brown top, foxtail, little millet, amaranth, which is actually a pseudo millet, and barnyard, that was more challenging. So we tried roasting it, we tried making powders of it, but then the taste was there. So then we went one step further, soaking it, and then probably, grinding it to make a smoother paste, then understanding these tastes. So now I have not only, I can differentiate between different millets, which was earlier a little bit difficult, especially in the minor category. Now we can gel up. So tomorrow again, we are presenting a menu which has different, taste profile coming from different millets based on with what they will gel up. So this I feel could be a way forward when it is there easily available. I was discussing it with my team. If somebody like the way we say refined flour is not very healthy, still somewhere in your pantry it is there in your home. In the North India, it will be atta or whole wheat flour, as we say, it will be there all the time. But some portion is there, some portion is there of ragi. So similarly, if we have this, importance given to other millets also in the forms of grain or flour, I feel it will reach out to general public. And in the health condition, we will, anyways relate with it. Even in the wellness sector, what we were saying for the children, if it is there in your home, if your mother has access, it will be a part of your diet. And another thing I would like to add is, although we are going for a more modern or an international way, still as the chef, I feel the traditions will come back. The home cooking, I as a chef realize the home cooked fresh food, there is no replacement of that. We are all busy in our work life, it is difficult. So rather than totally going on a processed meal or a ready to eat meal, it is better at least we are having a better snacking in our routine, a healthier snacking. However, home cooking is way to go. Thank you.
I think a lot of things she raised issues, but that could be the mandate of the next panel discussions also. But the clear things emerged that out of is that how to make them tasty, what should be our strategy. She was mentioning about that one clear strategy that emerges out is about the ingredient mix that you make it, because immediately for someone to take 100% millet based snack might be a difficulty. So how to really introduce some portion of it and make it more palatable, more tasty, and then take it forward. Eventually, once they get tasted, and this palatability issue can also be ignored, because once they taste millets, I think later on we can slowly introduce. Now there is one government scheme called PLIS, Production Linked Incentive System. So they were asking that the industry was asking for inclusion of millets up to 15%, not more than that. But public institutes and the national institutes like us, we were insisting, in order to pass on the goodness of millets, I think you should have been anything more than 30%. So that debate went on for quite some time. Finally, the government has come out saying that let us start, if the private sector can add 15%, that is a huge extent. Now the total millets that we have is only 18 million tons. So you see that how this multi-grain combinations, what she was trying to tell, then perhaps it could be a real thing where we can target the pan-India with 18 million tons. Of course, as the demand is picking and all those things, more area like Punjab, where Gurmukh Singh is sitting, and people are trying to bring new areas, higher productivity, high production environments to be that. But that's a long term, medium to long term. But immediately, I think we should be looking forward for some sort of a multi-grain combination. And also our strategy should not be saying that we will be replacing entire rice and wheat with millets. I think that is not a tenable thing. Where is 250 million tons and where is 18 million tons? So definitely adding millets, supplementing to the existing, that should make a lot of sense. Or else adding one meal in a day or 3 meals in a week. Something like that strategy we must go, and that should be able to take us forward. I think this comes to my mind another round, because we will let us think about the strategy, how we can really take these things forward. Because in the nutrition science says, you need to diversify your diet. So earlier we were having millets, especially in South India, and later we went to rice and wheat. Whatever we do, we overdo it. So now we should not say that only millets. It should be in combination with other grains and bring out the best nutrition that is possible. So I just put one tenet before you, saying that now, for example, the pulse, the protein that contains in the pulse has a limitation of methionine, amino acid. So it is not a perfect protein. the deficiency in lysine, another amino acid. Can you make these two marriage? In दोनों को marriage कर लो. Anyway, if you see the traditional thing, always pulse goes with the cereal. So the tradition is going to come again in one form or the other. Maybe what we call is ancient foods in modern forms. Something which, because the sense and the logic of the tradition we should not forget. Now, for example, what people were talking is that they make chapati of jawar. कैसे करेंगे उन लोग? So they add hot water to that. उसके बाद वो डाउ ले लेंगे, फिर उसको हाथ से पीटते रहते हैं. What they were trying to do is hydrothermal treatment of processing. Now we took cue from that, and instead of manipulating protein, we started manipulating the starch gelatinization with the help of the hydrothermal treatment. This is the traditional knowledge. So basically, taking from the tradition the most important things and the knowledge and incorporating into the modern forms. Now taking that cue, today we are able to make noodles, vermicelli, pasta, macaroni, or many other products, even the extruded products also. You see that they are being treated through the hydrothermal treatment, where the starch molecules are rearranged, gelatinized, and then the binding happens.
Right.
So I think these are very vital for us to promote millets and mainstream them, understanding their nutrition. Now this comes to us. I don't want to take, when I hold a mic, especially millets, my heart burns. But I think we should not overdo. Whatever we do, we should not overdo. And we must see the millets may get a right place in the consumption basket. So this comes to a strategy part. Madam, over to you. I'm sure we are
Yes,
also
sir, it's
making-
science behind our cooking. So actually everything was done, but the names were not, as you said, hydrothermal. Yes, it's very important. But now the terms are there and people are aware of these technologies. Our grandparents, they were using these things, and we have been saying it's a combination of a cereal and a pulse. So we combine the supplementation, fermentation, all these things are very important to give the balance of all nutrients. With that only, all the amino acids, as you were saying, they are being provided to all the age groups. So we have to go for such combinations, especially like I was just seeing the products that are available. They are mixtures of pulses in the millets. So it's a very good opportunity. People should come forward and start using, as you said, one meal in a day at least. So we have to start from our family only, incorporating and slowly and steadily transferring to our family and friends outside. So this should be the strategy.
When listening to Sir, I was thinking that to introduce, and I was listening to Chef there. I went to Rajasthan once, and they gave me a drink to drink. I didn't know what it was, and first thing was like, "Ye kya hai?" You know, I didn't want to sort of. Then when I had it, I realized it was something in dahi. It was nice, delicious, tasty. Then they told me this is barley and dahi mixed. So it was, I don't remember the name, it could be a lapsi. It was a liquid. It was like as if it was a sattu, jo pani peete hain hum log sattu wala. In that it was mixed with dahi. So next, what I'm trying to say is it was introduced to me without my knowing, and I liked it. I went next time, I asked for it. So just like maybe probably the tea, when we were starting to drink tea was given free of cost to people. So maybe these kind of things, as we to popularize, maybe slowly, gradually, if there are things that are nice and spicy, can be added into our popular list. That is something that I was thinking.
It's a pleasure to welcome Dr. Vinutha, who comes from ICAR-IARI, and she has commendable work in the area of millet processing and helping so many startups to make contribution and value addition to the millets. So welcome, Dr. Vinutha. And Dr. Vinutha, so far what we have discussed is, we have talked about different aspects, which are concerned about the millets. we talked about how we can make the snacks from millets delicious so that people have craving for that. And another important thing was what is the quantity that we must consume the millets. There were a time when we were having some millets in our diets, then there came a time when the millets totally disappeared. Now should we adopt a strategy that we go all the way towards millet and then forget about the popular grains like rice and wheat that we are consuming at the moment? And one important thing which was brought out by Dr. Anshu in her earlier contribution was that we sometimes are limiting ourselves to snacks which are commercially produced. She did mention, that there are certain snacking options which are available which you can process in the home. Like your microgreens, she had developed a chutney and a dip out of that without using any heat treatment, so that even the micronutrients and things like B vitamins, C vitamins also did retain in that. So those ideas, please, if you could add a little more light on that, please.
I just want to add one more point to you so that her agenda, she came late, she has to answer. So, madam, I am very happy that you are there. I think we are meeting for the first time all the time on the virtual platform. She has also, to her credit, she was working along with Shelly Praveen on shelf life, improvement of shelf life, which is a very vital thing which I started off. I think especially in Bajra, they have contributed and in fact brought out very important aspects that can improve some shelf life of the flour of Bajra. In addition to that, some technologies also there. I think you can also throw some light because this part of the northern India, I think Bajra is dominating, and it has to be a major millet ingredient that has to go in most of the snacking item if you want to popularize this part of the country. So what is your prescription for them for snacking through Bajra?
Thank you so much to everyone for giving me this opportunity to talk on this very prestigious event, what's going on. And I must thank our principal IHM. Kamal Khan sir, and also Anshu ma'am and Mamta ma'am and everybody, and I know Dayakar Rao sir since from the last one of the conference we met together, and after that we are in touch related to the millets, and I just wanted to share what the research which we have undertaken, kind of a processing technologies which we have developed to reduce the shelf, increase the shelf life of the pearl millet flour. You can store at a room temperature for 6 months. So this is what the technology which we have developed, and also we have applied a patent for the same. And using this, you all know that the pearl millet is a nutri-cereal. It is rich in iron. It is having 50 to 85 ppm of iron, and it is rich in zinc. It is having 45 ppm of zinc, and also it is rich in resistant starch, which now the diabetic people all are into that kind of food where they can have kind of a cereal which will release the glucose in a slow level, at a slower rate in your blood. So that is also one of the boon, like it has that highest resistant starch content, and also it has the fiber, the dietary fiber, which is highly rich. It is also rich in the dietary fiber. Apart from that, it is also having a quality protein. In the sense, you can also, even by consuming pearl millet, you can also have a quality protein up to 15%. So in spite of all these benefits, it is not so popular among the consumers, not even among the food industries. The two main reasons for this is, like, one is that shelf life. That is the major problem in the pearl millet. Another one is it also has a poor dough quality. Like if you take a wheat dough, so we can make n number of items out of wheat. The same kind of thing we cannot apply in case of pearl millet flour, because it doesn't have kind of a superior dough quality. So considering these two aspects, that we have undertaken a work where we have given a thermal treatment. It's a kind of a thermal treatment combined with a near infrared technology. So we could able to apply this to a soaked pearl millet grain, and with that, when we have made a flour out of it, so it could able to increase the shelf life of the pearl millet flour up to 6 months. You can store normally at the room temperature without having any foul smell on it. So that is the one fantastic technology which we have arrived. So another thing is the dough quality. How to improve the dough quality? Because the people only consume when you can make several kind of dishes what you make out of wheat dough, like a pizza, bread, whatever it is, cakes, types of cakes, and the brownie. So many items you can make out of wheat flour. So similar way, what we have done is that we have taken a pearl millet flour and we have reconstituted that with the gluten. So the gluten is a kind of a protein which we can extract from the wheat. It is also having certain essential amino acid in it, the gluten. So that we have reconstituted to make a superior dough quality. So the dough will be so pliable, it is as good as wheat dough. So that we have arrived using this kind of technology. So with this, with the collaboration of IHM, that we have 2-3 times we, prepared so many food items with the help of an IHM faculty, where they could able to give us, the brownie made out of pearl millet flour. Do you believe that we can make a brownie out of pearl millet flour? Yes, we did it along with the IHM people, where you can feel that it has been given for tasting to many people. So they feel that it is more superior than the wheat dough brownie. So this is what the comment we got from many people, those who have consumed it. And Mamta ma'am is here, and she is the witness for that, and Anshu ma'am and Kamal Pan sir. And this is what we, arrived. That in the sense, what I am going to say is that the consumers can take pearl millet normally, they can include that in their daily diet. Without altering the tongue taste, the consumers cannot control the taste, for the tongue taste, people, many nutritious food they will reject because their tongue will not allow. So once the taste is not there, they will not take it. But here, without altering the tongue taste, so we have developed a kind of a food where it will give you simultaneously both the taste and also the nutrition in it. So this is what we achieved along with the IHM people, and I'm really thankful for that. And I'm looking forward to work even with the Dayakar Rao sir, which he had given so many suggestions and tips which we are going to carry out in future in collaboration with them too. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I think very interesting thing happened. See, IARA, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, and IHM PUSA were existing for a long time. So millets brought them together. There is no other commodity that could bring them together. Wheat, rice, itne sare baju hai. But I think I am very happy that millet has a lot of potential of bringing people, cultures, traditions together. So that gives us a lot of hope for taking it to International Year of Millets. Madam, quickly, can you just make some comments so that we'll have to wind up the show?
Thank you, sir. Just to wind up, I would just like to discuss what all we have done. So what ma'am was saying, I was just discussing with the panel, ma'am, that my journey started with your event when we started working with Bajra. Although that is much superior, the one which you developed, and it has a better shelf life, I totally agree. And then now we have worked with the grains which are generally available in the market. If a normal consumer would like to buy that grain, get it grinded, and or probably process it themselves, what all they can make. So right from doing a lot of confectionery products, for example, variety of cakes, muffins, cupcakes, variety of brownies we have done apart from pearl millet also. So the challenge which I faced during the pearl millet project, what we were doing, was increasing the percentage of millets with breads, the fermented products, So now, after working a lot, we have been able to, work on that also. So now we have developed products. For example, it is there on our stall also. From Kodo millet, in fact, now I feel with any kind of millet, it is easy And it is possible, to make these fermented products also, where we can increase the percentage. So when we had tried the products earlier, we started, from 20, 30, 40, 50, and we went up to 80% also for fermented goods. And now it is easily available. We have, Koto millet quesadillas, pizzas, and we have done brown top burger buns. They are available for sale also. We are done little calzones, little millet flour empanadas are there. So a lot of bread varieties we have worked. And to talk about the hot range and the other Indian snacks and international dishes, we developed a lot of varieties of pastas were there. We tried different, Indian mithais, in which actually they were based on flour, from chandrakala to gujia, and a lot of other combinations were there. So now I feel if you understand the millet, if you understand the taste, your thinking is, you have to just think about it and the solutions will start coming to you. If you are new to millet, I would suggest you start with a more neutral flavor. Bajra, I feel, is very, very acceptable. Pearl millet, which we are referring to. Ragi, which we call finger millet, is also very popular in a lot of regions in India, and they know it by different names. So even that is, very good option to begin with. And another very, more acceptable taste you get is with sorghum, which we call jawar. It is very acceptable, with lot of products. However, if you are processing the minor millets also, for example, brown top, the foxtail, what sir was saying, although I believe now in future we will have those flours where, as a chef, you don't have to treat it that much. But if you're, steeping it and you're probably grinding it, what we were saying, to make it more acceptable and to develop that strength and binding in the product, we are able to develop all kind of products. So you have to understand the taste, start with one millet at a time, as a chef, what I'll say, and gradually you will start liking it. I'll just give you one example. When the whole wheat atta breads came in the market, it was very difficult for a lot of people, for health reason. For a trendier version of ourselves, we were moving to brown bread. However, these sandwiches or what you get from, the taste factor, what we were getting from the regular the refined flour bread, it was not there. And then gradually you started developing a taste. Now we have come to a stage where in a lot of homes, if someday somebody is getting a, totally white bread or the refined flour bread, you feel, oh, what is this? What did I have? So I think that thing will come with millet, and it will start from home. And another suggestion or thing which I have for everyone is, if you're processing something too much, then I think the health thing comes down. Whether it is wheat, whether it is rice, whether it is millets, too much of processing and too much of shelf life may not be healthier for a long reason. It is just a better version than munching on potato chips. You have a lot of no offense to many companies, but there are a lot of companies which are having a lot of millets. You have puffed varieties, you have cheese garlic varieties. So there's no point, if you're sitting in front of the TV and you're just, having popped up millets all the time and thinking I'm going on a healthy diet, then sorry, that is not the case, because it is not helping you. So let's have a good blend of those snacks. Let's blend it with our home cooking, and let's start introducing in all the recipes, whether it is coming in the restaurant, and let's make it a part of our tradition as it has been always.
Yes,
So
madam,
I
thank
feel
you.
that is
Thank you
there.
for that.
Thank you.
You can see that she worked all her life on wheat and other products. It's only 1.5 year old that her venture in millets, but understand the tone with which she is promoting millets. So I think she is a full convert to millets. Madam, lot of things that you have brought out down, but before I conclude, I just ask my co-chair to make a few remarks.
Certainly, in this very important discussion, so many points have come together. Dr. Rao, brought out the point of the policy. Madam Anshu saying, she said that she actually highlighted the point that it is not only the processed food which we have to, consider as snacks. And I think something in between, like some processing should be done, or home bakeries or some places like that may do some process, they may make bread or something like that, and then those freshly made chutneys and other things may be incorporated. So we can find a middle way so that we derive the maximum benefit out of the millets, and that is one option. And I think the policy and making it affordable for the people, and affordability, if the shelf life increases, it becomes more affordable. If you don't have to waste it, if it doesn't go out of the house, then like it is becoming more affordable. And I think we are discussing this, it is a step in the right direction, and this opportunity which has been given to us as a run-up to the International Year of the Millets, which is just around the corner, 5 months away, I think we are going in the right direction. And if the scientists and the chefs and the other socialite people, if they got together, I think we are going to make a very welcome kind of a change in that, so that the population, our society becomes, more healthy, and the young generation, they get benefit out of these ancient grains that we have always had around us. Thank you.
Before concluding, I'll quickly make some remarks, just to conclude in a broader sense. Now, first thing is that, of course, multigrain we said, but integrating, coming up with the composite foods is one of the vital thing. Now there are blessed virtues in what we talk. If you take vegetables, fruits, they have a separate thing, meat, fish, and many other things. How we are going to integrate? ICR has about 100 institutes. Now Indian Institute of Millet Research, all these ICR institutes are coming together, and we had a brainstorming session how we integrate some of these commodities like mushroom. Mushroom has a high vitamin D. So how you are going to bring in vitamin D into the millets and make it? Now sometimes there is it's not we are talking about only micronutrients, but also macronutrients and their quality, as I told you, in pulses, or in terms of bringing the functionality of the foods. Functionality, I mean to say, now they are gluten free. You need tapioca starch perhaps to bring in the binding part of it, or some other things. So there is a whole range of the researchable area that is there, where we can put in inputs and then come out with several products which could be millet based, not necessarily completely millet born. That is one thing. Second point I want to make is, now this integration of agriculture, processing and nutrition is the key for promoting to the further, along with the policy. I think that is very vital. We need to understand, earlier we were working in silos, agriculture silos. Now I told you that how these two institutes got married through millet, and the next one is the processing. We cannot do away with the processing, agriculture, processing, then the nutrition. All the three, and the process, overall thing should be the policy government. So by doing this thing, I think the real punchline can come and say that delicious snacks, the title that is given to us, health meets taste. Health meets taste. I think that should happen, and that's happening. And with this, I would like to conclude and thank all my panelists. You have
I would like to add here, when health meets taste, people like us need to be trained. So maybe you could call in people who would be interested in knowing more about millets, learning to cook with millets. That would be a good way forward.
Wonderful.
And as a nutritionist, I would like to say that eat everything in limit. Moderation, limit, yes, we have to eat and try everything, and we have to take care of our health, and millets for sure are a very good alternative, and we have to bring them in a right course of action.
Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you for your suggestions. I think it has come up. We have overshot the time also. But I would thank all my panelists for insightful thoughts that they have brought out during this panel discussion. I am immensely grateful to them, and the privilege that you gave us to be a rich and knowledgeable session on this thing. Especially standing before a very knowledgeable person like Chef Gill, it is very embarrassing, but then I think a lot of things have come up. Thank you one and all. Thank you for the wonderful time.
Hello. Thank you all for being the panelists at the Millet Culinary Carnival 2022.
Now I request Mr. Anil Goyal sir to present memento to Dr. Dayakar Rao.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Karnam Venkatesh to present memento to Mr. Kamal Kant Pant. Dr. V. Ravi Kumar to present memento to Dr. Anshu Singh. Dr. Amarnath Reddy to present memento to Chef Mamta Best. Chef Gunjan to present memento to Miss Sharmila Sinha. Mr. Ashish Sharma to present memento to Dr. Vinutha. And also to welcome ma'am.
Being an expert in the field, you have shared valuable insights with the audience. It was an honor to have you on the panel. We know that your time is precious and we are immensely grateful to you to carve out some time with us. Thank you for the efforts that help us to make the event a great success. Thank you everyone. Next we will be having a food demonstration by IHM Pusa student.
आइए बाजरे के कुछ अन्य उपयोग और फायदे भी जानते हैं। बाजरे से मिलती है भरपूर एनर्जी। बाजरे का सेवन करने से शरीर में ऊर्जा बनी रहती है। अगर आप वजन कम करना चाहते हैं तो अपनी डाइट में बाजरे को शामिल करें। दरअसल बाजरा एक ठोस आहार है। इसे खाने से काफ़ी देर तक भूख नहीं लगती है, जिससे वजन कंट्रोल में मदद मिलती है। अनिद्रा की समस्या होगी दूर। बाजरा में कई ऐसे फायदेमंद तत्व होते हैं जो शारीरिक परेशानियों को दूर करने की क्षमता रखता है। बता दें कि बाजरा के अंदर ट्रिप्टोफैन पाया जाता है जो शरीर में सेरोटोनिन के स्तर को बढ़ाता है। सेरोटोनिन हमारे शरीर के तनाव को कम करता है, जिससे नींद बेहतर आती है। डिनर में बाजरे का दलिया खा सकते हैं, इससे आपको बेहतर नींद आएगी।
It's a very, very regional delicacy. Very, very short period of time it's available for, and tastes absolutely divine. But it's a pity we can't get it here. Jowar or sorghum as it's called is one of the easiest millets to consume. It's pretty neutral in taste. It's very easily made into a flour and can be converted into many dishes. It's very easily added to your daily roti if you want to increase your nutritional value of the meals. Along with this, we have prepared a salsa. May I have the salsa, please? For the salsa, we have chopped some onion and some tomato, salted it and left it for a while. Both these veggies are very, very watery, so they'll release some water, and it's best to squeeze that water out. Along with that, we'll also add some chopped yellow bell pepper, red bell pepper, corn, cilantro, and lime juice. Mix these all together and then keep aside in the fridge preferably. It's garam.
उधर है
बहुत धीरा हो रहा है इसमें.
बहुत धीरे हो जा बेटा ये हाँ अब होगा बहुत तेज 2700 ये देख कर ठीक है
Along with this, we'll prepare a millet crisp. That is basically a very crisp papri made of millet and refined flour. For that, we have taken 70 grams of millet flour, 30 grams of your regular refined flour, a pinch of salt, a teaspoon of oil, as well as some warm water to make the dough. Combine all of these things together, form a relatively tight dough, leave it aside to set, and then roll out into very thin sheets and cut with a cookie cutter. I'll just prepare a very small portion for you to see this. Just like how we would prepare a roti at home. Dust it in flour. And then roll it out. Thinner is better. Since we were inspired by Mexican flavors, we have chosen to do a bean and a grain dish, but of course with Indian ingredients. because this is seasonal, this is local, and this is what is available here. Sure. And with this, I'll be serving a mint crema. Crema is a very easy thing to do. It goes on almost every Mexican snack, right? It's basically sour cream flavored with something. It can be mint, coriander, or some spice such as cumin. Yeah. Today I have taken sour cream and mint for my crema. I have blended it together with a little bit of salt and a little bit of water to form a smooth paste. Yeah, this is done. Turn this one on.
इसमें ही कर लीजिए
कोई नहीं हो गया
कर लेंगे इसमें
शुभम रिमूव कर लो
इसमें ही कर लेंगे
now my colleague Shubham will fry or shallow fry our millet crisps in the same way. We start by dry roasting the millet crisps. Thank you. I have taken the dough in a 70-30 proportion of millet and refined flour because even though 100 millets would make for a better flavor, the 30% of refined flour gives it a better texture. It gives it crunch. It's very appealing. Leave it be. एक और क्रिस्प बना लो, एक और बना लो पापड़. The main flavors of this dish today are oregano, nutmeg, cumin, and lime, because these are the flavors I associate with Mexican cooking the most. And funnily enough, these are flavors we associate with Indian cooking as well. Rajma, a major part of my dish, is something that we have gotten from South Americas. It's not something native to India, but sorghum is. Yep. Give it a slight poke, oil. Oil. Dry fried the millet crisp. We are now frying it with some oil like we would a paratha at home. It's just that we'll cook it for longer so it becomes slightly dry and crisp. Another idea, if you want to incorporate Mexican cooking and sorghum into your diet, would be to prepare a Mexican grain bowl. It's very easy to substitute whole sorghum, boiled or steamed, for quinoa. Quinoa, being as it is something which is imported from abroad, it's pretty expensive and not for everyone. But sorghum, being very readily available, it's very easily made and very easily bought. And as I've said before, and as Mamta ma'am said before, sorghum is very, very neutral. It's very easy to prepare and it's pretty easy to digest too. Some of the other millets may be a little harsh on the digestive systems. Done, Shubham? एक और दे दो मुझे. To plate, I'm simply taking the crisps. Give me one more. You? एक और. Thank you. And I'll be spreading a little bit of my mint crema on it. I'm topping it off with some lettuce. Then I'm adding some of my cilantro salsa on top. Then I'm adding my prepared patties on top. We are topping it off with a little bit more of the crema. For garnish today, I am using some pickled onions. and a garnish of fresh mint on top. Here you are. This is the ready dish, Mexican inspired red bean and jawar patty with cilantro salsa, mint crema and millet crisp. Thank you very much. Okay. They're done? I don't think anybody is interested in tasting. Shubham, come. Okay.
एक प्लेट में कर दे
सौम्या ये रिमूव करवा लो या माइक